It's an admission of guilt from a bus driver for the Dave Matthews Band.
Oh, geez.
Stephen Wall admitted in court today that he dumped 800 pounds of human waste from the tour bus into the Chicago River last summer.
Oh, don't you hate when your friends roll over on you as far as your human waste secrets, Terry?
Yeah.
That's grounds for being, well, life in jeopardy if you're rolling over and ratting out your friends about their poop little secrets.
Yes, no more friendship there.
How does this do? Is it the drummer?
Driver.
The
driver.
Bus driver.
The bus driver rolling over on the band. Let's see if he ever gets another gig driving a bus from a boy band.
Boy band.
That's what they are, Terry. Come on.
It's an admission of guilt from a bus driver for the Dave Matthews Band. Stephen Wall admitted in court today that he dumped 800 pounds of human waste from the tour bus into the Chicago River last summer.
What, because everyone smokes pot at their concerts, then they're not a boy band? Is that the deal?
Well, I mean, I don't really picture Dave Matthews
All
on
right.
as,
Fine.
You haven't heard the dance remix.
Oh, I'd love
He
to
actually
hear that.
plays instruments and he's about 45.
All right. Is he 45?
About 40, 45. He's
I don't know
old.
about that.
He's losing his hair. Maybe he just looks old.
All right.
Yeah, that has a tendency to do that.
I was at some charity event with him. I don't think he was 45.
I think he's up there.
All right.
And he hits on anybody he can get his hands on.
Speaking of being up there, hitting on anything he can get his hands on, good morning, John. What would you like to talk about today? How about
well, good morning. You're speaking about the Dave Matthews Band. Let me tell you something.
Oh,
Did
boy.
you know Michael Jackson's
He's
new...
so versatile, Terry. He's able to just comment on anything that is the topic of the second.
You know, the one thing that I think is missing, though, when we speak to John
Yes.
is a theme song.
I was just about to say, Terry, nothing about a theme song because he's never going to have one.
Oh,
I was just about to say, wouldn't it be nice if we put John on and he just had a topic and we talked about it, and then he pretty much was satisfied with the conversation, said goodbye, and didn't call us the rest of the morning.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That'd be a nice thing.
He's not working like gay phone operator who was on the chat line tonight, and I realized not yesterday, but the day before,
Yes,
unfortunately
John.
my CD ran out.
Mm-hmm.
But,
So you recorded gay phone operator on the chat line. Is that what you're telling us?
No, he couldn't because the CD ran out.
I did record him, but however, somehow, some mishap happened.
Yeah.
And of course, I lost it.
You're having a lot of difficulties with your equipment lately, John.
Well,
And your recording instruments, too.
well, since Mount St. Helens blew her up, baby, I didn't know
geez.
what the hell happened.
No, I think you haven't been the same since you had sex with that 13-year-old.
Oh, you better stop with that,
Well,
okay? I'm not R. Kelly minus the music ability, okay?
Well, all I can tell you is, on a previous program that you may have heard, Terry, again during the
Yeah, I heard
Best
the
of Teen
best
Man
of it. Don't
programs,
remind
he
everybody.
admitted and she admitted having sex with one another, and then we found out a few days later that she was 13. So you do the math, ladies and gentlemen. The fact that John's walking the streets, a breathing, free human being...
Let me bring up an issue, actually, since you want to bring up about sexual stuff. Let me bring up a situation
All right, John.
where a 46-year-old and I'm not 46, but go along with it, a 46-year-old businessman was murdered for meeting a person off a gay Seattle chat line. It happened back in, of course, it's been a while, back in 2000, where he was found wrapped up in bubble wrap in his Corvette. Or actually, I guess it was a Porsche, but he was found murdered, wrapped up in a bubble wrap in his Porsche. And that's the whole point. Did I worry about gay phone operator? Should I say I worry about him? Let's talk about B.I.G. now, who just got assassinated not too long ago, but we'll come up with that later. So anybody that meets off a chat line, you better come to grips that you don't meet people off the damn chat line, or you may end up in bubble wrap inside a sweet home, a home near you. It could be your Candyland home ranch or whatever you want to call it, right inside your bubble wrap, inside of a nice homemade Porsche. There you have it. It's Thursday morning, and that's your top stories. But good morning. It is Thursday, and this is what's new about the Michael Jackson, the attorneys of Martha Stewart.
You know, the funny thing is, normally you just leave someone out on a cliff like that.
Yeah.
Eventually they realize they're all alone. Eventually they realize there's no one else on the air with them, and they get a little self-conscious, and
Sure.
they start rambling in fear and nervousness. John can just go on all morning, completely comfortable.
He loves it.
Until 10 a.m. He can just feel completely at ease. And do his own little ham radio show.
Find out kind of
We never had to talk about.
Well, it's interesting we didn't get his thoughts about Michael Jackson.
Oh,
We've got the T-Man party plane coming up.
Wow.
For the qualifier.
He's still doing his own show. He doesn't realize we're back on now.
Well, it was a good thing to know about the warning about bubble wrap
Right.
and homemade porches.
I mean, because who would want to wind up in bubble wrap in somebody's Sweet Home Alabama, whatever he says.
Not me.
Hey.
Yes. John, it was a terrific call. You really outdid yourself this morning. Have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
You like that.
Oh, jeez.
He's putting his
Thought I had a
foot
chance there,
down.
Terry.
You
Things to
don't.
say about Martha Stewart.
Oh,
I've got
dear.
things to say about Michael Jackson.
Okay.
I've got Notorious B.I.G.
Yes,
who was
I just heard about that.
8 years ago.
Oh.
And today is declared the day of mourning, the day of silence, the day of rest.
Good. That's the best thing I heard all time. There you have it. Day of silence. It's just what I was looking for.
The T-Man.
Bruce will be back as tough cop John McClane in Die Hard 4.0 next
it
year.
isn't.
But what about
Die Hard 4.0.
Really?
Not Die Hard 4. Bruce Willis will be in Die Hard 4.0. Wow. It's sponsored by Microsoft.
Die Hard 4.0 next year? But what about those reports that pop princess Britney will walk the on-screen beat with him?
You can kill the Britney Spears rumor.
He's so cool.
Wow.
Listen to him talk. You can kill the Britney Spears rumor.
He'll have nothing to do with her.
Oh.
But rumor has it, T-Man.
Yes, I think I might have heard what you're about to talk about, and please tell me you haven't confirmed it. Go ahead, yes.
Well, that he and Lindsay Lohan.
That's what I heard. Maybe
Who's 18?
They may be a couple.
Yes.
Bruce Willis, as soon as that confirmation comes in, that Lindsay Lohan and Bruce Willis are, in fact, a couple, Terry,
Yeah.
I'll puke right there on the spot.
Now, he turns 50 this month, and like I said, she's 18.
That's right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And apparently they ran into each other recently at a party at a New York nightclub somewhere.
And they hit it off.
Yeah.
Talk about a Freaky Friday, Terry. And if they become a couple, a Freaky Thursday, followed by the Freaky Wednesday. If you go in reverse order, which is the way it is when you're drinking like that. Freaky Tuesday, Freaky Monday. Yeah, you get the point.
I got it. Anyway.
Is this his way of telling to me, hey, just one-upped you and then some? She obviously has made it work with Ashton Kutcher. They are certainly a serious couple. There's no doubt about that. And he made it seem all along like it never bothered him. He hung out with them and stuff like that. Deep in his psyche, does this tell you that it really did bother him and he's been waiting for the moment to pounce back again on to me and tell her, got your back, bitch, and then some. Look at my girlfriend. She pulls up her skirt. Barely has any pubes.
Wow. Well, actually, he did pull down her pants at the party.
Are you serious?
Yes. Far enough down, actually, to
kind of cool.
So that people could see her tattoo. That is La Bella Vista.
All right, well, guess what? As soon as it is confirmed that they are a couple, Lindsay Lohan and Bruce Willis, you watch Demi Moore dump Ashton Kutcher and then all of a sudden come to the doorstep of Bruce Willis with Haley Joel Osment.
Whoa! That's a catch.
Yeah!
Or Harry Potter.
Oh.
Oh, my God.
Because that's what it's about between Demi and Bruce, obviously. They have to outdo the other.
Yeah.
Who can get the youngest?
Would Bruce Willis be going out with Lindsay Lohan if Demi Moore was not going out with Ashton Kutcher, yes or no?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
I don't see why you wouldn't.
Yeah,
I don't see why you wouldn't either.
not. I mean,
Although she doesn't really do it for me. Man, if I'm going to go 18...
You can do better, huh?
who's on your 18 list?
Well, if you're looking in Hollywood celebrity world, Terry, there's not many to choose from.
Right.
How old is Hillary Duff?
17. I think.
17.
Oh, perfect. So
She's got one more year.
she beats Lindsay Lohan,
Okay.
doesn't she? Steven? Come on, you're a creepy 18-year-old. Wanna
Well, I like Lindsay Lohan better. So,
than Hillary Duff?
yes.
What about what's the girl from Napoleon Dynamite who's the blonde who is somebody's sister?
Oh, yeah.
What's her name? Summer. She was Summer in the movie.
Yeah.
I love Napoleon Dynamite, Terry. Best movie of 2004.
Yeah, Darius loved it too.
Yeah. I'm glad we're on the same page as far as movie-going experiences.
Did Darius get it all?
Oh yeah, and he walks around the house doing Napoleon Dynamite. It's just
Really? Gets annoying?
oh my God! Look at
Well,
my
Terry, you can feel good that I'm doing the same thing around my house.
oh, good to
Oh,
know.
it's Haley Duff.
What are you doing, T-Man? Whatever I feel like doing. Gosh. That's all I do, Terry.
Exactly what he
It's the only line I really remember.
He says that to his sisters all the time.
No. What's that now, Stephen?
Summer is Haley Duff, right?
Haley Duff. That's what I thought. It's Hillary Duff's sister.
Really?
Yeah.
But she's older.
Hillary Duff's sister is the blonde in Napoleon Dynamite. Not many people
I
are
didn't know
aware
that.
of that.
Wow.
But I caught that on the credits, and I'm like, wait a minute.
The older.
Then I ran downstairs to the computer, IMDb. Oh, these things.
Nope.
And it was confirmed, yes.
Wow, that's very cool. Okay.
Because not only did I see Napoleon Dynamite in the theaters, Terry, but I've watched it about 6 times on DVD.
Great.
This is my life.
Yes.
And speaking of a life, good morning, Schwager.
Hello, T.
Or lack thereof. Good morning, Schwager. I imagine right now you're outside of the Tacoma Dome, camping out to make sure you get a good seat, because your high school happens to be one of the most talented high schools as far as basketball talent in all of the state of Washington. And as I look in the paper today,
25-1, by the way.
as I look in the paper right now, Terry, I noticed later today at 5 p.m., North Kitsap is going to play South Kitsap.
Ooh, that's a battle.
In an elimination battle, it is a civil war of the Kitsaps.
Oh, the South will rise again.
North against South. May the best team win.
Last time we faced North Kitsap, we murdered them.
And you really cared back then, didn't you? And you really care now, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Did you know you had a basketball team?
Yep. Yes, I do.
Have you been to a basketball game?
Yes, I have.
You have.
Oh, wow.
Do you paint
I've
your
been to
face
over
and get
4 of
all excited for him?
I've been to over 4 basketball games this year.
Terry just asked a question. Is your face painted? Are you outside the Tacoma Dome right now with all of your fellow classmates
Unfortunately,
waiting
I
to get good
cannot go
seats?
today.
And the reason for that is, what, too many
I have
too many
work.
dogs to shampoo? What?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
But we already have a crew set up and ready to go over to Tacoma Dome to tape it.
Yeah, he
we'll
doesn't
have
go
footage
as
for
a
tomorrow.
fan. He goes to work.
Mm-hmm.
He's the video guy.
You've heard of the horse whisperer, Terry. He's the
Yes.
dog shampooer. It's going to be a sequel coming soon to theaters near you.
He has that special shampoo touch.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a pretty good bet that we're going to be facing Bethel, the only team that's beat us, and we're going to cream them.
Well, Bethel would be in the championship game on Saturday if you get that far. First,
believe
you gotta.
me, we will.
First, you gotta
Oh.
beat North Kitsap, or are you North Kitsap?
No, they're
he's
South
South,
kids.
Oh yeah. First, you gotta beat North. You gotta beat those Yankees from North Kitsap.
The North Kitsap people are the Vikings,
Well, thank you. All right, never mind.
and we'll beat
It's a Civil War reference. You must have fell asleep
We will
that day.
beat
Anyway.
them.
Okay, and on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you really care? Be
11.
honest. An 11?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, go to basketball games.
Our basketball team is much better than our football
Fine,
team
but
this
you're
year.
not anywhere near close to any athlete kind of guy. You're not someone who cares about sports.
And plus, you only went to 4
You
games.
don't have school spirit.
Yeah, how can you have school spirit when you get pummeled by the same guys playing?
They use you as a basketball.
In the off season, you're the basketball. You're the swirly guy, and you're gonna root for these guys now that they're playing South Kitsap, North Kitsap.
Yes.
All right.
They don't root for you at debate club. Why should you go root for them?
Do you really picture him at debate
He's
club?
not in debate.
Yes, we have a debate club.
Chess club.
Nah, not even that.
We have a
They
debate club.
don't
we have a
line
video
up
club.
outside the Tacoma Dome when you're doing the big Key Club finale kind of extravaganza. Whatever you do there, huh? Oh, geez. What is the Key Club, by the way? What do they do?
We had it, but I don't know what they
Yeah,
do.
we had it too,
I
and
just
I had
pictured
no
like
idea.
they
Still
make
don't know what
keys. Yeah, I just
Key Club
picture the
does
big
here.
jingling thing of keys hanging from your pants.
Put this in the locker.
It's a service club.
Oh, is it? Yeah, because it was a big deal to be in the Key Club.
Every school has a Key Club. I
Yeah.
never knew in my
It
life
originated in
what they
Anacortes.
do. What's that now, Steve?
The first one was in Anacortes.
Is that right?
Come on.
It was also the last one to allow women in it.
Well,
Anacortes.
I did not call because of my boys' basketball team here at the high school.
Didn't think so. You
Wanna know
called to
why?
talk about the Pac-10 tournament starting today?
March Madness.
You called to talk about UW playing Arizona State. Ike Diagu, best player in college basketball, trying to knock out UW. If UW wins today, which they should, they're 9-point favorites. You can count on a 3 seed in the tournament, Terry.
Wow.
It's very simple as far as my math is concerned.
Okay.
UW wins their first round game today against Arizona State. They're a 3 seed in the Big Dance. They win the entire Pac-10 tournament, Terry. They're a 2 seed in the Big Dance.
Okay.
They lose today to Arizona State. They just may be a 4 seed. Ooh. We don't want that.
No, because don't 4 seeds usually play like 1 seeds or something?
Well, they play them sooner than
I know.
than later.
Right.
But yes,
Okay.
in some sense, I guess you may be right. but we're all going to Boise.
Are you? See you later.
Yes, we are.
Have a good trip.
That's not the reason I called either.
All right, nobody cares why you called, and I don't even know why you called, but I can pretty much tell you that's a guarantee that nobody cares.
Oh, yes, people do care.
If you're still trying to save the Enterprise, believe me, nobody cares.
We are in talks right now with UPN to save the show.
You're in talks. I'm sure you're on the other line right now with network executives,
Trek
right?
United Incorporated is right now in talks with UPN and with help from Spike TV to save the show.
Schwager.
Yes.
Nobody cares. All right?
Yes, people do care.
If you called and said, T-Man, yes, it finally happened. I got laid yesterday. Then I might devote some time to you.
Might have to have a party for that, huh?
You're 18. It's time for that, believe it or not. At 18, that's a good age. Not trying to rush you if you're not ready, but 18's a good age. My son comes to me and says, Papa, what's the perfect age to get laid? Mm-hmm. I'll say, son, 18. Now leave me alone. I'm watching Napoleon Dynamite again.
There's a hotel right in the Tacoma Dome parking lot right after the game.
Oh,
the big win tonight.
Wow. Steven.
I think we know where Stephen will be tonight.
Come here, ladies. Right.
I like
Go South Kitsap.
Wow.
Stephen couldn't get a girl from my school.
So you don't fear North Kitsap? You don't fear what they bring?
I do not fear them. Nobody in this high school fears them.
Okay, name one player on the North Kitsap opposing team. Go ahead.
I can't.
Mm-hmm. Do you know the starting five of your own team?
Derek Webb,
Oh, jeez.
and that's all I remember.
Derek Webb is going to hide for the rest of the day.
He's going, oh my God.
knowing that you now mentioned him on the radio.
He's making a shirt that says, I am not Derek Webb.
Normally, people like to hear their name on the radio, but coming from Schwager. Schwager knew one player on his own team. How about that? Wow. I mean, when you went to high school, you knew every player on your team, right?
Absolutely you did, yeah.
All he gives us is Derek Webb.
The back of his jersey, anonymous.
Derek Webb right now crying to his mom, refusing to show up to the game later today because he's too embarrassed.
Feeling jinxed and everything.
That's right. What position does Derek Webb play?
I think he's the guy that jumps up for the ball.
Ah.
Oh, yeah. One of those guys.
He's the one.
That guy.
Yes. Hey, you can't have them all jump up for the ball on your basketball team,
right,
Terry.
you can't.
You got to choose a designated jumper.
And Derek Webb is that.
Mm-hmm. Is what you mean at the beginning of the game where they have the jump ball?
Yes.
So he'd be the center of...
Yes.
Ah, I see.
Very good.
Schwager, I can tell you're a huge basketball fan.
I only watch it because I like to see the other team get creamed.
Right.
I don't watch it for the, real technical stuff like that player is whatever with those type of skills and blah, 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 blah.
All right. Blah, blah, blah is pretty much summing up the entire scope of this call. Thank you very much, Schwager.
And also John.
Okay. What about John?
Only thing he does is blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you're the one that jumps up in balls and wants balls cream.
Okay. Why don't we have them go to the game together, sit there in the crowd?
That would be
going out with a 17-year-old.
Hey, if you're looking for someone with energy to help save the Enterprise, you may have to call on John. If you're looking for a tireless phone caller to the network to try to get some movement, some progress being made, John just may be your guy.
Yeah, because they would probably say, okay, all right, as long as he stops calling.
Exactly. If you're looking for a tireless, relentless kind of guy, John may be your man.
Okay, I'll email him later about the addresses.
There you go. Mm-hmm. See that?
You can talk anybody into submission.
Mm-hmm.
I quit. Leave me alone.
All right, Schwager.
Bye.
Good luck to your team in the Kitsap Civil War.
We're going to kick butt.
All right.
Oh, goody.
Give a crap. Scale of 1 to 10, I ask him how much he cares. He says an 11.
Yeah, and then you can only name one person.
Derek Webb.
Poor Derek.
God, Derek! Win that jump ball! Okay, I'm out now. I don't know anything else that's going on.
The T-Man.
The biggest Cube 93 artists are facing off for March Hip Hop Madness with Singular. 50 Cent versus Usher.
I take you to the cage.
Fill out the Sweet 16 music bracket at Cube93.com. Is Eminem the champ? Or is it Jay-Z? You decide which Cube 93 artist deserves to be the champion. And win a Motorola V3 Razor. From Singular, Motorola, and Cube 93.
Go right ahead. Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to go in, please.
I'm sorry, it's a private party and you're a taco salad.
The teenager accusing Michael Jackson of molestation faced him in court.
Oh, Jays, here it is, Terry. Here's your Michael Jackson update for the day.
Oh, boy.
The trial is already getting to the nitty-gritty. The trial is already hitting a major bit of territory.
Yeah.
The actual boy who is the victim in all this, supposedly, is on the stand. He was there yesterday. He'll be there again today. And he's testifying against Michael. And the word is, when he was told to identify Michael Jackson in court, he pointed at him with a sneer on his face. And Michael Jackson tried to sneer back, but he didn't actually have the features to do so.
His face doesn't move anymore. Huh?
He wrote down sneer on a piece of paper.
Well, one of the key parts of the sneer is the nose.
Right.
Michael doesn't have the nose.
No.
That's long gone, so no ability to sneer. He tried, though.
Yeah.
That's good.
The teenager accusing Michael Jackson of molestation faced him in court.
Right.
The 15-year-old testified he looked at sex sites on the internet when he stayed at Jackson's Neverland Ranch.
And
Well.
me and my 4-week-old son looked at sex sites yesterday on the internet.
Yeah. Well, they also say, I have a little bit more detail
Well,
about
let me
that.
just play the rest of this first, and then we'll get your details.
Okay.
When he stayed at Jackson's Neverland Ranch.
Oh.
The boy also said Jackson coached him
Yeah.
on what to say during an interview for a TV documentary. A Seattle lawyer watching the trial says it's a tough day for the boy.
This is probably the most unhappy day of his life. It's a horrible thing to go through.
A Seattle lawyer just watching on TV is saying this. Mm-hmm. Well, if the allegations are true, I would think the day that Michael had his hand down the kid's pants might have been the toughest day of his life.
I would say
Top
so.
5, I would say.
Yeah. So I don't know if the Seattle lawyer is really on point here.
This is probably the most unhappy day of his life. It's a horrible thing to go through.
Right.
And he knows what he's got to look forward to.
But that would be the cross-examination from the defense.
Oh, that's going to be fun. That could be today. What other details do you have, Terry?
Well, first of all, the accuser testified that he was kind of hypnotized when he met Michael, so to speak.
He was hypnotized by just the thought of being with Michael, or Michael actually literally hypnotized him?
Well, literally, like hypnotized.
He was literally hypnotizing him. Really? Michael might have actually put him under a spell.
Yeah.
So how do you hypnotize a little boy for Michael Jackson? You put on one of Jermaine's videos or what?
Maybe so.
You're getting sleepy. What do? You actually take that, the string with the little pocket watch at the end of it? You are getting sleepy. Your eyes are getting heavy.
Right.
Come on. Shamo. And he may have been under hypnosis for maximum molestation effect.
Possibly, yeah.
I see.
And as far as the whole internet porn thing, he says the accuser said that they looked at about 7 different websites in a 15 to 30-minute period.
Well, that's not a lot.
One of them must have been pretty good.
Man, I got the record still then, Terry.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How many can you look at?
6,000 in a 30-minute period.
Oh, that's a lot.
Seeing that breast move on, seeing that it's not squirting. Okay, moving.
Oh, my God.
You got to keep moving, Terry. That's what the internet's all about.
Sure.
It's called surfing. So they saw 7 different websites in to his recollection in a 15 to 30-minute period.
Yes.
And I'd say, if I was cross-examining, well, what is it, 15 or 30 minutes? There's a big difference there.
Name all 7 sites.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa.
So Stephen can go to them immediately. The cross-examination of what is now, a 17-year-old boy? How old is he now, this kid who's claiming he was molested by Michael? He's, I think, about 17 now.
Yeah.
He's going to be able to withstand a very skilled defense attorney's cross-examination? Is that the belief?
Well, hopefully so.
No, he won't, Terry, because I think he's lying. Ooh. And it even came out that his own brother, who apparently was there, had one story when he told what happened to the police, and then a completely different story when he sat there on the witness stand a couple of days ago saying what happened. Yeah. And then they asked him why his story was completely different. He said, well, when I talked to the police, I was completely nervous and I didn't get the details right. Something doesn't add up.
Well, can't you kind of understand that you're a little, it is kind of.
If you're nervous, I understand. But it doesn't mean just because you're nervous, you get the details wrong. Were you on the couch or were you in the living room? Were you in the bedroom? Where were you?
Yeah.
He had his details just completely.
So off.
So off that even if you're nervous, you still know how to tell the story. Maybe you're shaking a little bit. Maybe you're quivering. You got the upper lip gyrating.
Wow, the upper lip?
The lower lip is quivering downward, but you still know where you were in the house.
I was on a cruise ship in the Panama Canal. No, I mean the living room.
Okay, no, wait, the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Maybe Michael threatened him.
Could have.
Don't you tell them
And he's such an imposing man at 5'4", with the choo-choo running in the background that you fear and you quiver. I just am having a hard time figuring this out, Terry, and I think if the young boy's brother is telling one story and then telling a completely different detailed story on what happened, how is the jury sitting there? How are they supposed to convict Michael Jackson and send him away? I just like to see what Michael Jackson shows up in as far as what he's wearing. Is he going to look like Captain Kangaroo today? Captain Crunch? What is he going to wear today?
Yeah, which captain?
Yeah. How many medals will he be donning?
Captain and Tennille? I don't know. It's always some form of a captain. Captain Stobing.
He was Captain Nemo at one point.
Wow. So 15 to or 7 sites in 15 to 30 minutes. All right.
Mm-hmm. And apparently he also said that Michael wanted him to call him Daddy or Daddy Michael.
Daddy Michael?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep. So
I long since gave up on that with Kilbreath. He won't do it, Terry.
Oh, okay.
It was in year number 2 of this program. I said, if you want to stay on this show, you'll have to call me Daddy T, man. And
It just didn't go.
I guess I don't have the power of Michael, Terry. Maybe I'll have to cut off my nose.
Right, or at least learn how to hypnotize people.
And if that's true, and he asked the child to call him Daddy Michael, is that something that is so damaging as far as testimony that the case is now thrown completely against Michael? No, big deal.
I think
How many guys have asked you to call them Daddy, Terry? Does that mean they're all
calling guys Daddy?
Does that mean they're all child molesters?
Right.
Yeah, Stephen.
I think it's the whole body of work. I mean, I think it just adds to all of the other stuff. Of the weirdness.
Right. Well, no one's ever denied that Michael Jackson is weird.
Yeah, that's true.
Fine. If that's what this trial's about, case dismissed. Jerry excused. The man's weird.
Yeah.
Of the weirdness of this situation.
The question is, did he sexually molest a child, yes or no? I say no.
Ooh, wow, no.
Is he weird? I say yes. Aren't we all weird? Hopefully, yes. Be weird in your own way. Try not to break a law if you can.
Right.
There's a fine line
If
between...
you can keep yourself out of jail while being weird, all the better.
Sure. Can I add one more thing about the whole internet thing?
Terry, you can add as many things as you want.
Oh, okay.
Okay, wait, we're out of time.
Well, when they were surfing the internet, they had to have help from a gentleman by the name of Frank Tyson, who is one of Michael Jackson's employees.
Really? Because Michael doesn't know how to surf the internet himself.
Guess not.
Michael has no internet surfing skills. He had to call in one of his, well, that just adds, perhaps, to Michael's defense. There was someone else in the room. Frank Tyson, shouldn't he have been watching the chicken, Terry? He was there surfing the internet for Michael so these two could enjoy their sex sites together as one. Is Frank Tyson hitting the stand?
Well, it just said he's like a co-conspirator. So
according to the prosecution, according to the district attorney, this Frank Tyson was a part of the molestation plan by Michael. That's what they want you to believe. Because if he's there surfing the net for Michael, then he has to be part of the whole conspiracy.
Right.
I don't know. The more people you add to a conspiracy, the harder it is to pull off. So I don't know why. If Michael Jackson was truly the child molester and wanted to surf sexual sites, you would think he would have learned how to move through the internet himself. It's not that difficult to master.
Right.
His hands are busy, probably.
His hands are busy. You're suggesting down the pants of this young boy? Is that what you're alluding to, Stephen?
I was alluding to that, yes.
So you didn't have a free hand?
Well, why? I'm kind of reiterating.
You can jiggle with one hand. Believe me, I know. You can jiggle with one hand and surf with the other.
You just got to get good at using your left on the mouse. That's the tough part.
And don't pretend like you don't know that, Stephen. All right? You have a lot of free time during the day with nobody around but you and the dog.
I'm just reiterating your point that why would he need somebody else to come in
I can't wait till your
there?
dog takes a stand, Stephen, and has to identify you in court with a sneer on his face. So what is that? What is that telling me? That he couldn't surf the net because he didn't have a hand free?
Well, it was kind of a joke thing. Why would he need somebody to be...
Well, that's what came out in court yesterday.
Yeah,
Frank Tyson is surfing the net for Michael and this boy if they're doing the internet thing.
Frank's like, oh, you want to go to Amazon? Okay.
Right. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely interesting.
But we'll see what happens under cross-examination, or is there more direct testimony of this accuser today, Terry? Does it say? Does it say what we can look forward to today? And why isn't this thing on TV like the O.J. trial? There'll never be another big, high-profile court little deal happening again in the future because the O.J. thing was such a circus that they'll never have any kind of big trial again on TV?
Sounds like it.
This should be on TV.
I agree.
You're not watching the E reenactment every night?
They have an E reenactment?
Yeah.
Really?
On E, they have like actors dressed up like all the people in the courtroom, and they read.
Oh, stop lying. Is that true?
I saw an advertisement for it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Who's playing the part of Michael?
I was just going to ask that question.
Like on Entertainment Tonight a few weeks ago, the guy was dressing up like Michael. It takes him like 2 hours to get ready.
Isn't that the guy that was in Scary Movie 3?
I think he's been in other things, yeah.
Wow.
He's like a famous Michael impersonator.
Well, I don't think that's good enough. I don't see why they don't have the cameras in the courtroom. Every day is another trial on court TV.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't this one on? I wouldn't be leaving my TV set any point into the past couple of months. Judge Lancito ruined it for everybody. 1-866-663-T-MAN is the number to call. Let me open up the phone lines for the first time this morning, Terry.
Okay.
Find out what's going on out there in the listener world. Michael Jackson fighting for his life.
Now, do we know when this is going to end? Like, how long is this going to go for?
His freedom hanging in the balance. What was the question?
How long is this trial going to go? Because I'm going to start watching like the last week.
There's nothing to watch. All you got to watch are these people's like Entertainment Tonight's synopsis and report of what happened.
I'm going to get really dialed in because I want to see the last week when he's going to go to jail or not.
Okay.
So when is it going to end?
When is it going to end?
Yeah.
It's got a good number of months left, they say.
Still?
Yes. You would think that they're getting close to the end because the accuser is now on the stand, but they still estimate there's a couple of months left at least.
Now, is there speculation, or has it been confirmed that Michael Jackson is also going to take the stand on
There
this?
is speculation that Michael himself will be on the stand, unless it just seems so slam dunk that he's got this thing won.
Right.
But I think that is going to be too iffy.
Okay.
And Michael will be on the stand with a box of Kleenex.
Making sure his nose doesn't fall off.
I think him on the stand saying, I don't think it's wrong to sleep with 11-year-old boys is
No, the
not
snot
good.
just comes right out of his face, Terry. There's no nose to suck it up. Oh, you're on the air. Hello.
That's nice.
Hello?
Yes, hi. Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
When's the trip to Vegas?
Well, the trip is at the end of the month, if you must know, but you're not going to be there, so why pack your bags? Why need to? Why do you need to know?
Why can't I be there?
Well, because you haven't qualified yet, I imagine, sir.
Well, how can I qualify? We can do it right now.
Oh, we can?
Really?
Yeah.
That's very big of you, sir.
Yeah.
Actually, the people who are qualifying today, and at least for the immediate future, are qualifying through this show via the internet, through email.
Yeah, that's right.
I got so many interesting emails, Terry, and yet for the second day in a row, I forgot to bring them
You
in.
didn't bring them. You even said yesterday.
I had them by my keys, too.
Come on.
You know that trick you learned back in elementary school? If you want to return your library book on time, you got to put it by the door?
Right. Didn't work for you.
I put a stack of emails by my keys.
Pick the emails up, grab your keys, and left?
Exactly.
My workout clothes have been sitting next to the keys for years.
Right. But here's how they're qualifying. I have a promo, Terry, that has been playing on the radio station. I want you to listen to this because this is very interesting. And it makes me realize why we have so many qualifiers every day. I have a promo of how the rest of the day's shows are qualifying people for the trip to Vegas. Listen to this.
Q93 T-Man Party Plane to Vegas is filling up fast.
You're the winner, Emily.
Board Air Cube, listen at 7248. Oh my God! Be the 93rd caller and be the house at Blackjack.
Elizabeth, your 21 beats my 16. You win! Oh, that is so exciting!
T-Man Party Plane to Vegas. From Singular, TI Las Vegas, Southwest Airlines, and Q93.
Now, Stephen, or anybody, tell me what's wrong with this promo.
Well, I mean, is it the blackjack thing?
Terry looks confused. Terry,
I'm not a big blackjack player, so I really don't
apparently
really
no one on the
know
station
how to
is.
play it.
Right.
Does anything stand out as out of the ordinary or peculiar on that promo? Does anything hit you as bizarre?
Me?
No.
Nothing does.
No.
You don't need me to play it again. You heard it all?
I've heard it plenty, believe me, listening to the station. No, it sounds fine to me.
Well, if you listen to this promo, you heard inside of it a little clip of Shelly Hart enjoying a nice game of blackjack with a fellow listener.
Be the 93rd caller and beat the house at blackjack.
Beat the house. We're the house, and here's Shelly Hart acting as the house.
Elizabeth, your 21 beats my 16. You win!
Yeah, but you're supposed to hit on 16, Shelly.
Oh!
If you're playing blackjack, Terry, and you know how to play blackjack, you hit on 16.
Oh, okay. Well, you learn something new every day.
Why are they even playing blackjack if they're not going to play it right?
I think it's just 4-card blackjack.
It's like war.
Yeah, what they're playing. Pretty much it.
Is that how it is?
Elizabeth, your 21 beats my 16. You win!
Wow.
Unbelievable.
You'd love to play at that casino.
Instead of going to Vegas and trying to win money there, why don't we just play at the Cube Casino, where apparently winning money is very easy.
Right. Hey, your 18 beats my 7.
Hey, my 23 beats your 21, so hey, I'm a winner, right?
Your 21 beats my 16.
Jeez.
Oh, that is so exciting!
The T-Man Party Point in Vegas. From Singular, TI Las Vegas, Southwest Airlines, and Q93.
You're on the air. Hello. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you, sir?
Pretty good here, working.
What can we do for you? Where do you work?
I was just calling to back up Steven on the Michael Jackson reenactment thing.
All right. What about it?
Yeah, I seen that thing on TV, and that's pretty funny.
It's funny? Do they try to make it like a big comic sketch, or they try to really give you the information of what happened during the trial?
What was that?
Oh, never mind.
It's serious. I mean, they're not trying to be funny.
It's not a joke.
No.
That'd be kind of funny.
I think they just take selected things from the transcripts and read them. And there's a courtroom and.
And they try to do their best to give you exactly what happened in that courtroom during the day.
Interesting.
If there's a big Saturday Night Live sketch every day, it would be even funnier. You're on the air. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, about the Michael Jackson kid. I think it's just a lie, trying to get the money.
Say again? Why can't I understand anyone today?
I don't know.
Everyone calls on their cell phones. Cell phones have horrible coverage. It's ruining radio. You can't hear anyone.
Hello?
Yes, I love to take calls on this program, and yet most people these days you can't even understand.
Right.
Speak up, Sonny!
Hello?
Yes.
They're trying to just get money from them.
Oh, from Michael.
Yeah.
You figured this out all by yourself?
Yeah, I did.
All right. You may be right, sir. Well done. All right.
He's got a bright future in law school, I think.
Actually, the cell phone coverage may have been too good there. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hello, T-Man.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very good.
Who is this?
This is Kara.
What can we do for you today, Kara?
I just want to let T-Man know I, too, had a baby.
We already established this is T-Man.
Oh,
right? You said hello to me already.
Yes, you
so
did.
why are you making like you're not even? Why are you making it like you're not even talking to me anymore?
I just want to let the T-Man know.
You have a short-term memory problem? Hello, T-Man. How are you? I'm great. Oh, I just wanted to tell T-Man that. Are you all right, Kara?
I'm all right.
Good morning to you, Kara.
Good morning.
What are you going to do today?
Oh, I'm going to go look for a job.
Me
look
too.
for a daycare.
Yes, look for a job and a daycare in the
and
same
a daycare
day.
at the same time.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
A lot of things need to be done. These are pretty major things you would think in a person's life.
Maybe the daycare's hiring.
No.
That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe you can start your own daycare. Kill two birds with one stone. All right, maybe not.
So can I go to Vegas?
No, you can't go to Vegas.
Not if you remember who you're talking
As
to.
a matter of fact, anyone who calls and asks the question as to whether they can go to Vegas, they're banned from the prospect of going to Vegas.
But I'm covered in baby throw up.
Okay, well, that makes two of us.
That makes three of us.
Mm-hmm.
And mine's double.
That does sound pretty hot.
Yeah.
You are going to Vegas.
Actually, nothing smells better than baby throw up, huh, Terry?
Oh, yeah, love it.
Don't you love the smell of the baby?
Do you ever, like, breathe in his
breath?
Yeah, just
Baby.
take it all in and...
Yeah, Terry, this is actually sounding really too cookie.
I know.
That sour milk and urine combo is awesome.
Yeah, let me tell you.
Love
It's
it.
quite the cocktail. Kara?
Yes,
How old are you?
24.
24. And you have a child with a man that you're still with, or no? Or is that too much to ask these days?
Well, he is in the prison system these days.
That's a very gentle way to put it. He's involved in the prison system as an inmate.
Yeah, he'll be there for a while.
How long is he due to stay?
His estimated release date is September 4th.
Mm-hmm. You've had practice in dancing around, making it sound as cozy as possible, talking about the details of the situation, haven't you? Yes. He's due to be out when?
September 4th, she said.
Of this year?
Yes.
Oh, it's not too bad. Are you looking forward to that date, or are you dreading that time?
Yes, yeah.
You are looking forward to seeing him again, or that sounded pretty half-hearted.
Is that, yeah, half-hearted.
What is he in for?
Oh, well, that I won't discuss.
Why not?
Because it's not my business.
I know, it's my business. That's why I asked.
Well, it is your business.
Your business.
It is your business if you mothered a child with this man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He's your baby's daddy.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing for you to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
How long has he been there?
Oh, he went in only 3 weeks before I had her.
Mm-hmm.
So, and how old is she?
Yeah, she's 5 weeks.
But you're not exactly dreading his release. At least it didn't
no,
seem
I'm not
like.
dreading his release.
But the guy you're having sex with right now, I'm assuming, is dreading his release. Is that right?
Are you having any sex tea?
Am I?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I had sex last night.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Can you prove it?
You're like one step ahead of me.
I can prove. Okay, good.
Wow.
I was good last night for a change.
All right.
Yeah.
Super.
I was very impressed with myself.
Were you? Did you pat yourself on the back and said, hey?
In the shower, I was smiling the whole time, too.
Good to know.
Scrubbing myself like a mental patient, but still smiling at my... But I asked you, you're obviously being helped through this period by somebody out there, by some very generous guy, right or wrong?
Wrong.
Come on, you're not having sex now?
No.
Just the sound of your voice sounds like you can't go a week without sex. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me.
No sex.
Karen, don't lie to me.
No sex here.
When was the last time you had sex?
When I conceived this, no, just kidding.
Oh, yeah, we know that.
She's like, oh, they won't find that one.
I know.
When was the last time you had intercourse, Kara?
Oh, it's...
And if you're lying, I'll know.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
Tell me.
Thanksgiving-ish?
Thanksgiving-ish. Does that just mean the last time you had turkey? What does Thanksgiving-ish mean?
Around that time.
Let me see if she's
Around that
lying.
time,
I can
yeah.
smell and see if she's lying, too.
Oh, gee.
No, it's at least January. Somebody is in your life right now, even though you're... Hey, a lot of people do listen. We get letters all the time from prison, so don't be afraid.
You get letters.
He expects, I'm sure this guy who fathered the child with you expects that someone's taking care of you in that area. As long as you break it off with him when you get out, everything will be fine.
Okay.
All right? So now that you feel comfort in that, tell me the truth. When was the last time?
The honest truth is Thanksgiving-ish.
And is that around the time your baby's dad went in or no?
No.
How long has he been inside?
He went in on the beginning of January.
Of this year?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So why was there a November through December period where you had no sex with your baby's dad?
Well, he went on a trip and whatever, and
Was it
I was very upset with him. I was 9 months pregnant.
Yeah, I could see you being upset if he went on a trip when you're 9 months pregnant. That's not too much to ask from him to be around in the 9th month.
Right. Do you mind,
I'd rather go to Peru.
Yeah. I might need somebody to drive me to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
You think?
How'd you get to the hospital?
I had a doula.
You had a doula?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Am I the only one that doesn't know what that is?
Yeah, no, I don't. Can I get one?
Oh, geez.
I challenge you to a duel.
Wow. So now you're just looking...
I'm revealing way too much information.
So you're looking for work and looking for daycare.
work.
Uh-huh. What are your skills?
Bartending, waitressing.
Yes.
Work here with us.
Yeah.
Pretty much Ryan, too.
Yeah.
Well, aside from already my answering your question about Vegas, is there anything else I can do for you at this time?
No, T.
Okay.
I'm very disappointed.
Well, I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that are. I'm not saying you can't qualify when it's time to do so. If you want to send an email in, that's probably your best shot right now.
All right.
And it's very easy to win blackjack with others.
But and if you want to play a game of blackjack with Shelly Hart, it seems like you can't lose. Right. All right?
I'm also the biggest Napoleon Dynamite fan.
Well, isn't that nice?
Yes.
Well, call him, see if he'll take you to Vegas.
You know? All right.
All right, take
Thank
care.
you, T.
Bye-bye. I'm going to take a lot of calls today, Terry.
Oh, okay.
People out there are interesting. Aren't they, though?
Yeah.
1-866-663-T-Man is the number to call, and you're on the air. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
I just want to say, it's hard to take the Michael Jackson court case seriously when it looks so damn funny.
When what's so funny?
When he looks so funny.
When he looks so funny, he looks too funny to have a serious court trial to you.
Exactly.
So the jury members are not able to focus on the facts of the case. They're not able to focus on the task at hand because Michael just looks like such a cartoon character day in and day out. So because of that,
I'd laugh at him.
Because of that, the Supreme Court should overturn any verdict that comes in because he's not able to get a fair trial because he looks too ridiculous.
Well, no, because I believe he's guilty.
You think he's guilty? You think Michael Jackson had his hands down the pants of the boys that he had over at his house and was jiggling the goods there?
Yeah.
And perhaps doing more than that?
Yeah.
All right. That's just your gut feeling then, huh?
Yeah. Everybody I know thinks he's guilty, so...
everyone I know thinks he's guilty, too, but I think he's innocent. I think Michael Jackson has a different mental makeup than the average person, and because of that, because he never, and he even explains this in his own albums, because he never had a childhood, he's always seen himself as a 10-year-old. So when Michael Jackson is hanging out with a 10-year-old, it's, in his mind, two 10-year-olds hanging out together.
Yeah.
And when two 10-year-olds hang out together, normally they don't sexually molest each other.
Right, they don't.
They jump around on the bed together. Yeah, 10-year-olds, well, 8-year-olds do that.
Sure.
7-year-olds do that when they have the sleepover. That's how I see it. Michael Jackson, obviously, with all the money he's accumulated over the years, might be a bigger target than the average person out there. Easy to go after, given his eccentricities, Terry. And you would think, with all that now is on the line, with Michael Jackson being faced with such charges, and with all the people over the years he's invited over the Neverland Ranch, it's a lot more than just a couple of kids.
Right.
There would have been more stories like this coming out. So far, it's been 2.
Yeah.
There's like groups of like 100 that show up all the time.
I would expect if Michael had this in his being. Are you all right there, Stephen?
Yeah.
Did your dreidel fall? What happened? All right. You would think...
He's making a snow cone right now.
Right.
Drop the scoop.
If this was his style, if this was his M.O. when having the kids over, you would think it would happen more than with 2 kids.
Right.
Well, the busload of 100 kids come off. You can't, one off and, molest each one of them as they come off the bus.
Why you bring them in one at a time, Stephen? If this is your desire, if this is how you're wired in your head, if you're so crazy that you want to molest a child, and you have 100 kids over the Neverland Ranch playing on the big old roller coaster, you call one kid in at a time. Right. And you molest away with Mike Tyson guarding.
Mike Tyson.
What's his name?
Frank Tyson.
Oh, Frank Tyson. You're better off having Mike Tyson guard. Yeah. So that's why, even though I don't know the real detail-to-detail, blow-by-blow situations of the case, Terry, I don't know the actual intricacies of the facts. Based on the broad sketch of this situation that I'm aware of, Michael Jackson has been railroaded, and he is innocent. And I think the jury will come back with a similar verdict. I think O.J. was guilty, got away with it. Michael Jackson, innocent, may be found guilty, though.
Ooh.
Wow. 10 years apart. Wouldn't that be ironic? Details to follow.
The T-Man.
So tell me, what do you love about Keto Mexican Girl? I love the taco salad. Today I'm having a...
A Kirkland boy is getting his first civics lesson because of a mistaken birth date.
Okay.
Nathaniel Skiles just got his 3rd summons for jury duty, but he's only 5 years old.
Oh.
As a baby, Nathaniel's parents got him an ID card, and that's where the confusion started.
A 5-year-old has been called for jury duty 3 times, Terry. Do you hear this?
Wow. Come on, people.
And he has had a good excuse to get off each time, I guess.
Yeah, sounds like.
As a baby, Nathaniel's parents got him an ID card, and that's where the confusion started.
And he was born in 2000, and so I guess what has happened is that they recorded the date as 1900.
Oh, jeez.
So they think they're calling a 105-year-old man to...
You want to be on a jury?
No. When I grow up, I will.
Oh, cute.
Well, at his rate, he'll be able to collect Social Security by age 7, Terry.
Yeah, no kidding.
They're calling him for jury duty at age 5 because they think he's 105. It actually concerns me more that they're calling a 105-year-old man for jury duty.
It's kind of weird.
I'd rather them call a 5-year-old than a 105-year-old man for jury duty.
Make better decisions, huh?
Yeah, at least the 5-year-old won't crap in his pants during the trial.
Right. Stay awake, maybe.
You're right. I'm sure Michael Jackson wouldn't mind him on his jury there.
Right, I'm sure.
So there you have it. A 5-year-old Kirkland boy has been called for jury. They do call you a lot when they call you.
I know.
It's amazing. Once you get your first jury duty summons, then they come every 6 months.
Never been.
There you go.
Don't want to go.
He's knocking on
knocking
wood.
hard on wood. Something tells me they have looked into your background, and it's not just an accident. They haven't called you for jury duty.
I wear my shirt that says "I hate everybody." Probably get sent home.
You might get sent home.
Good. I'm wearing it.
Terry, what else is going on in the world? What else is happening? I have people to look over as far as the qualifiers yesterday.
Yeah, I got to pick a winner, huh?
And see who meets the criteria of a winner here. We have one person who qualified yesterday, and they qualified last evening. They are 47 years of age.
Oh, really?
Or thereabouts. And I think her name, I'm assuming it's a her. Her name is, well, her name is, well, her name is Gay Holmes, Terry.
What? Come on.
That's what it says here.
Be serious.
Last name spelled Holmes.
Okay, that's Holmes.
First name, very simply, Gay.
It's like a new housing development on Capitol Hill.
Gay Holmes wants to go to Vegas on the party plane.
And Gay Holmes is about 47?
Somewhere deep in the 40s. I don't know. Born in like the mid-50s.
Wow.
Wow, 50s.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Born in 57 here. So I don't even want to do the math on this.
48 or something.
48. Due to have a birthday later this year, so right now 47.
Wow. Hey, she's a party gal then.
I don't. I think with a name like Gay Holmes, you have no choice but to be a party gal, Terry. And heaven forbid this is a guy, Terry.
Oh, boy.
Walking around all his life with a name like Gay Holmes. Better be tough.
Yeah, okay.
And if your name is Gay Holmes, don't you change your first name or tweak it so it's like Gaythaniel Holmes?
Gaythaniel?
How about Gail, maybe?
Or something like that. Now, I lived next door for a while when I was growing up in New York to a woman named Gay Yee, Terry. But
I remember we used to talk to Gay Yee.
May she rest in peace, Terry.
That's
but
right.
Not nearly as bad as Gay Holmes.
Right.
Wow. Put in a personal ad, you find all the wrong people answering your ad as far as what you were truly seeking. All right, what else is going on? I don't know if Gay Holmes is going to make the cut here. Maybe we'll have to call Gay Holmes and find out what's going on there at some point. Yes, Terry.
Okay.
I want to get a feel on Gay Holmes, yes.
Right.
What do you have?
Well, according to a new survey, the number one reason couples get divorced is that they're, quote-unquote, drifting apart. It's no longer infidelity, number one.
Infidelity used to be number one?
Yeah.
Now the number one answer is drifting apart?
Yes, we're just drifting apart.
Yeah, so nothing says drifting apart like having sex with that 19-year-old Nordstrom makeup counter worker, Terry. People just like the sound of drifting apart better than infidelity. Don't think for a fleeting second that it's not being unfaithful that is causing most of the breakups amongst the marriages that go a kaplooey, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
They just rather say when asked that we drifted apart. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Drifting apart.
Yes. Well, you have a tendency to do that, but you're supposed to come on back. You know?
The wind will turn.
So you've drifted, you just wait for that breeze to blow you back in.
Right. I mean, I think everybody has a tendency to kind of, either grow
drift from time to time.
Yeah. And
but
then
if you have a little patience and tolerance, you recognize, hey, I got to wait for that little shifting of the wind. Oh, geez.
Wow, yes.
I said shifting of the wind to send me back to that person that I once found irresistible.
Right, that I committed to.
Well, Terry, this is a very impatient time. This is a very impatient generation we're living in. This is well beyond even the MTV generation where we don't like any type of stall out in our day-to-day activities. And if there's a moment, even a fleeting second, where we feel like we've drifted apart, I'm divorcing you.
We hit the panic button, huh?
It's the intolerance button, Terry. The patience that you describe is not there for down times.
Yeah.
It's just the threat of wind that sends people running.
It's just the threat of a light zephyr that sends people to divorce court. Are you looking at people, are you condemning them, Terry, for not having the ability to ride out the bad times?
Well, I'm not condemning, but
one may say, one might argue, life is too short, and they shouldn't have to sit around during down times. You only have so many years on this planet, and if you have even a week of a downtime with your spouse, you got to move on.
Okay, especially to the younger chick you found.
There's got to be something better out there, one might say. But your school of thought, interestingly enough, is even if you go through, what, a year, 2 years, 5 years of a downtime where things aren't clicking with the person you married, you should ride it out until you find yourself back on the same page again. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, kind of. Yes,
well,
it is.
Kind of is not is it yeah?
I look back.
Is it kind of?
I look back, and my parents were married 50 years.
And there was a good 15-year stretch where they hated each other.
Well, actually close, but no, there was a good point in time where they like 5-6 years where they wouldn't even speak to one another.
Wow!
Like, well, what's going on in this house?
Man.
However, I mean,
that's got to be happy dinner times, huh?
But the thing is that they wrote it out and they came back around and.
Now let me ask you this: did they write it out because they didn't have the mindset? They didn't have the mental. Well, I don't want to say capacity because it sounds wrong, but they didn't have the awareness that they could actually, yes, go out and find someone new. They didn't have the means mentally to go out and start seeking out someone else again, so they just had nothing else to do?
No.
And because of that, they stayed together?
No.
Or did they realize, hey, I can make myself single again. I could go out there, find some stranger, and start having sex. Wouldn't that be exciting? But no, I choose not to do that. I'm going to wait until I fall back in love again with the person that I gave vows to.
I think it was, we could go out there, but no, I'm going to.
Because I'll tell you this, back in your parents' days, Terry.
Right, my parents were older, sure.
Well, not only were they older, but there wasn't the means to so excessively, there wasn't the means to so easily go out there and find someone new. The internet wasn't available. You couldn't just jump online and find Susie Stranger out there in East Jessup, Nebraska, to meet halfway in the good old United States of America at some hotel at some airport and hook it up, Terry.
That's pretty specific.
Yeah, real specific.
But the problem is Susie Stranger is barely even a Band-Aid to the problems deeper in their relationship.
And Mr. Psychology, what is?
Well, just going off and meeting somebody on the internet just because of the light wind and not working out your problems. I mean, you made a vow to yourself and your family, and you need to, follow through with that.
All right. Well, now that there is that accessibility to find more people than you ever could in your life back in the old days, Terry, now that it's so easy to find random strangers and see what they have to offer to you, how long is the right amount of time to wait out one of these so-called downtimes with this person you married and not be wasting your life? Let's come up with an exact year and day, or if it's less than a year, to the day. How long do you wait it out? Because I would perhaps offer to you, Terry, that your parents wasted a good 5 years of their life not talking to each other.
Maybe so.
I guarantee you, no married couple in 2005 sits through a 5-year period where they're not talking to each other.
No, you're right. You're right. In 2005, they're not.
They've screwed 16 sorority girls, or in your mom's case, frat boys, if she can get her hands on them. Maybe your parents just didn't have the options. And that's why you're such a success family story as you proclaim right now, Terry.
Well, I mean, and it was a difficult time for all of us kids because, they are. Granted, you're right. My parents were older.
We're going on year 4, and Mommy hasn't even acknowledged Daddy. Do you think we should do something about this?
And we did have the conversation, and it's like, they'll work it out.
You think if I asked Dad if he knows Mom's name, he'd be able to answer correctly? So that was trying on your day-to-day activities that you had to look at Mom and Dad, and they were not looking at each other.
And go, geez.
You literally mean that for 5 years they barely acknowledged each other's existence.
Acknowledged each other. My dad would get up, go to work, and my mom would be like, "Okay, come on, kids, get ready for school." And it's like, just
there was
passing in the wind there type thing. And
there were two ships just passing in the night.
Yeah.
Day to day.
Yeah.
All right. So I ask you, husband and wife, they're in one of these quote-unquote downtimes. It's an extended downtime now all of a sudden. How long is too long? When does a downtime become Throw in the towel time.
Well, you can't. I think that's
you
hard
can't
to.
answer.
Yeah.
I'll tell you when downtime is throw in the towel time. As soon as you find someone better.
Oh, jeez. That'll
Someone
take
else to
all
cook
of
for
what?
you.
2 hours? All you have to do is walk out on the street and go, oh,
Well,
yeah.
if that's
But
all
you
it
know
takes
what?
these days.
Here's what happens, though. You don't solve any problems by finding another person. All you do is take one
problem and pass it on.
Yes.
Yep.
And then add more
Because you're
because
still
you
the
never,
walking, living, breathing problem, is what you're saying?
Right. Unless you make the changes within yourself.
Yeah, but wouldn't you rather have a new problem than an old problem?
Well, I mean, and the other thing
Especially
too
a new problem with
is-
big boobs.
And then in a year and a half, you can get a new problem.
And a juicy coochie.
The other question is, I mean, do you want to also take on that person's problems, the things that may be wrong with that person that
Well,
can be
if those
twice
problems-
as bad as the stuff that you already left?
If those problems become too much, you can always move on again.
Oh, jeez.
It's just going on in life from checkpoint to checkpoint.
And that's what people do.
And that's what people do.
Well, then they'll never be happy.
Wow. So, your parents are the happy success story.
Well, I think
That they rode out the 5-year period and they didn't your father just pass on recently, Terry, a couple years
3
ago?
years ago.
Yes. They died a happy couple. Or
Yes.
at least
Well,
one of
he
them.
passed.
Yes.
Yeah. Satisfied, happy man.
And because of that, in the end, when the final chapter was written, it was a happy life for your mom.
Yes.
She would say that?
Mm-hmm. She would.
Mm-hmm.
Did they do anything to try and, talk to each other or anything? I mean, that seems kind of odd for 5 years not to speak to each other.
It's hard to talk to Dad when he's polishing the axe every night.
I mean,
I'll try again tomorrow.
There were times that they had a little conversation, but it was strained. I mean, it's not like it was complete silence in the house, but it was very strained.
It was awkward. It was strained. It was uncomfortable.
And sometimes it was like, was
there any?
Use the kids to talk to one another. Can you ask your mind? It's like, what?
Can you ask your dad if he could take his hand out of his pants and stop watching TV? Now, did you remember any specific event that led to this 5-year solitary kind of stance by each of your parents, or what?
No, I just no, not really.
There was nothing. They just drifted apart.
It just was,
And then one day, 5 years later, they just kind of drifted back together.
Yeah.
An amazing
the next thing
story.
you know, we noticed, God, they're getting along, and what's going on here?
You realize that it's only due to the time they got married as to why they died together, Terry.
You're probably right.
If they were the same people living in today's generation, there wouldn't have been that 5-year non-speaking period.
You're probably right.
Dad would have been out screwing around. Mom would have been with her personal trainer.
Oh, yeah, right. Bobby at the age of 80 with a personal trainer.
Well, I'm not talking about when they were 80, Terry. I'm talking about when they were 45, 50. So, I'm not so sure it's as great a success story as you're trying to. Not to put you down here, Terry. Not to put your family down. I'm just saying. It was just a product of the times.
All right.
Although I bet Terry's glad it ended this way rather than the personal trainer way.
Yeah. I don't.
But Bobby isn't.
I don't want to jock the personal trainer.
I think my mom would have taken the personal trainer.
Let's go to the phone.
That's the thing. I mean, people need to do everything they can to keep it together. And if it doesn't work out, I mean, I think waiting 5 years is a little ridiculous.
You know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like this is turning into a relationship Thursday.
Whoa!
That means...
Get out of town, T-Man!
1-866-663-T-Man is the number to call. Why have your problems linger on any longer than they have to when the good doctor is here to solve? 1-866-663-T-Man. The doctor has his prescription pad. He solves your problems free of charge. 1-866-663-T-Man, and you're on the air. Hello.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Okay, I wanted to make a comment on the Michael Jackson thing.
Okay.
Okay, I'm in agreement with you 100%. Because if you look back a long time ago when it first started, before the charges even brought upon, excuse me, I'm out of breath. I'm walking to my bus. But anyway, I'm at work.
I'm out of breath just listening to you walk to your bus.
But anyway, the father had made a comment that the mother had did the same thing to him. Okay, and all she wanted was some money. But see, they fail to realize that the things that were said before the trial and before he was even arrested, before charges were even brought upon.
Yes.
You know,
There's a
and
lot.
they failed to realize that. And then they brought it up in court also that this happened to another famous person, that the same parent, the same child.
We're
had
hearing
did
a
it
lot
to.
of details from this family that is the family accusing Michael Jackson that are pretty sketchy. They're having a tough time keeping them all straight.
Right.
You're on the air. Hello.
T-Man.
Yes.
How's it going?
What can we do for you?
I wanted to ask you a question about those mini scooters. What's your opinion on those? Should they be legalized or?
My take on mini scooters?
Yes.
I don't know if I have an opinion on mini scooters.
What's a full-size scooter? What I don't understand. I never.
Are you talking about the little mini motorcycles?
Yeah, the little mini.
Those are the motorcycles.
I say bring back Honda scooters. Remember those things back in the 80s?
Love them.
You're on the air. Hello.
Honda Spree. Those were great.
Hey, T.
Yes.
I want to talk about my problem with free ejaculation, Dr. T.
All right.
Wow.
What's your problem, sir?
It just happens too damn fast, man. I mean, serious. I'm all in the mood. I'm really, I'm loving it. And it's bam, done.
Well, they say if you are to engage in self-gratification, you'll find that your skills will get better. That's my secret. That's why, even though I have a very small little dinghy, I'm able to compensate by being able to hold on at the last moment, Terry, because of my self-taught little skills that I've learned through my self-gratification moments, of which there are so many that one cannot count.
So you've learned to hold on for one more day?
Using the numeric system, Terry. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Wilson Post. The numeric system that is now in place in our world, Terry, does not have enough numbers up to infinity to count how many times I've engaged in the five-knuckle shuffle. But because of all this experience, Terry, I'm able to hold on a long time, baby.
Well, that's good.
Just that women don't want me to hold on that long. They just want to get it over with. So go figure.
The T-Man.
It's the Cube 93. Cube 93. Mobile Click Club.
Please tell your lovers and friends that Usher, John, and Luda had to do it again.
Yeah, I heard this first time.
Yeah. Please tell your lovers and friends that Usher, John, and Luda.
Well, there's some rating here. We got a mother-daughter duo outside. They want to qualify for the Vegas plane, Terry, for the party plane to Vegas. I think we heard from them on the phone lines yesterday. This is the mother-daughter combo that go out all the time together. You know, mom, 45-ish, daughter, 22-ish. And it says here, who wrote this down, that they went to Cowgirls Inc. recently and they go out almost every weekend together. And yet, from what I'm seeing here, Mamala is happily married, supposedly.
Ooh, wow.
And yet she goes out with her daughter to clubs all the time.
Jeez.
I mean, fine, you want to be the pathetic mom that's divorced that goes out with your daughter all the time. At least we can rationalize that.
Sure.
But this supposedly a happily married mom who can't wait for weekends to come because she goes out with her daughter all the time.
Look out weekend.
Yeah, no hubby to be seen.
It also says here that the husband in this equation thinks the mom here is pretty pathetic for trying to win this trip to Vegas.
Really?
And that she won't be able to cheat, if that's our thought. She won't be able to cheat with anyone, any listener, or anyone she may meet in Vegas because she's happily married. She just wants to go and hang out and party, and the dad, the husband, thinks that she's wasting her time. First of all, it says here, who wrote this, that she's too old for this.
Oh, wow.
He even acknowledges that. But I guess she's not too old to go to Cowboys Inc. every weekend.
No, absolutely.
He'll let the door be open and let her fly out of the house for that.
But Vegas?
You wrote this? This looks like your chicken scratch your hutch.
It is. I wrote it with my feet.
Would have been neater if you wrote it with your feet. Who did you meet him outside?
I did.
I'm assuming you did, yes. Who is hotter? Is the mom holding her own as far as being close to the daughter? Is she hotter? Is she way off? Is the daughter blowing her away, even though that may or may not be saying much? What's the deal there?
I'd say the daughter is hotter. However, it's pretty close.
Is the daughter hot or no?
The daughter is hot.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And the mom's pretty close.
Pretty close.
I will tell you this right now, Terry.
Yes.
This is a topic not talked about much, but I will tell you this. If you're a girl, 15 to, let's say, 22, 23, and your mom is hotter than you, that is a very difficult thing to accept from a psychological standpoint for any woman out there, even though she most of the time won't acknowledge it, how tough a burden that is. When you're 15, you're supposed to be, even if you're not hot, you're supposed to be hotter than your mom.
Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind when my daughter turns 15.
I don't think you have to worry, Terry.
I know. Definitely won't.
Oh, jeez. Well, maybe you will. Maybe you will, Terry. But it's very tough psychologically on a daughter, especially if it's the mom type that likes to go out all the time and loves that attention from the boys, Terry.
Yeah, it's even worse.
Yeah.
It is not easy. That's why I want to meet these two immediately. Pasty, can you go outside bringing this mother-daughter duo that desperately wants to qualify for the... This is not a bad strategy, by the way. This is not a bad strategy. Pasty, anytime now. Yeah, go out.
Sorry, hang on. Let me put my cigarette out.
Yeah, I know.
I just lit it. I don't want to waste it.
Not a bad strategy to qualify for the party plane to Vegas, to come down here, force the initiative,
right,
and try to get me to commit to you as far as you qualifying for the party plane to Vegas. There's a very good chance when this little session of ours is over, and the interview too, that that I'm going to say, hey, you've qualified.
So at 10:05, we really make our decision, right?
Can I please have the daughter? Can I have the daughter sitting down in front of that microphone there? And there's Mom. Oh, yeah, she looks like the big smiling party type a mom there. I understand you just this past weekend went to Cowboys. Is Cowboys Inc. still even happening? I mean, Cowboys Inc. had a Cowgirls Inc. They had a nice 6-month run, but is it happening anymore?
It's happening.
I don't think it is. Maybe for you guys. Anyhow. You love to go out. You love to spend your party outings with your mom. Is that right? You love to go clubbing with Mom.
I do.
Mom is how old?
Mom and my friends. She's 41.
She's 41 years old.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Do you think your mom is as hot as you? Do you think she's hotter? Do you think you got her in that department? Where do you think that all
I think
falls
she's
in?
hot. I think I might have her, but she's hot.
You think you have her? I think you have her, too. But it's a little too close for comfort for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is kind of close.
Is your mom the type... Turn your back, Mom. Turn your back. Oh. Is your mom the type... She's supposedly this happily married woman. Mm-hmm. Then why the need? Tell me what the fascination is with her always needing to go out with you to the clubs.
I like for her to come out with me.
Mm-hmm.
She's fun.
Right, so she's being forced every weekend because it's her daughter's desire to go out with Mom all the time. So
I go out with her and her friends.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of me.
Let's focus on the nights that it's you and her at Cowgirls Inc., whatever the situation is, wherever you're going. Why does she... Looks, I can't even concentrate with all the perfume now that's floating around the room. Man, what do you guys bathe in perfume every morning?
We do. We actually do.
Together? Okay.
Yes.
Why do you think your mom... Don't give me this crap that you're twisting her arm all the time and she's succumbing to your wishes. Why do you think she needs that? Is it validation from younger guys, that the satisfaction and validation she gets from her own husband apparently isn't enough? She needs to get it all the time from others? Is that perhaps the same? Yeah, you know, let me ask Mom directly. Get over here. She's got a good body, I'll tell you that. Especially with her back turned.
Do they look more like sisters?
They look like... Well, they look like mother-daughter, but it's a good-looking mom. You're a good-looking mom, and you know that.
Thank you.
And you like to hear that, don't you? And you like when you get looks at clubs. And you would think that being a happily married woman, as you are, because it says here that if you are to win this trip to Vegas, which is still a stretch right now, if you were to win this trip to Vegas, it is determined already that you're not allowed to stray from your marriage. You know that. You're going to abide by that, right?
Absolutely.
You can't come up with any scenario that I may be able to throw at you hypothetically whereby in Vegas you'd be so drunk or whatever that you'd have sex with a stranger, right?
No.
That's not going to happen.
No.
And when you go out to the clubs with your daughter, you're not the type that's going to do anything that would be a severe violation of your marriage, right?
No.
So then why do you even go? What do you need? What do you get out of this, Mama?
We just have fun together.
No.
We're great friends.
You can have fun at home playing Monopoly.
And she doesn't have a lot of 21-year-old friends yet.
I can imagine your daughter doesn't have many friends. She doesn't look like the friend type. Anyhow.
She's got a
lot of
ton of friends.
A lot of 21-year-old girls don't have friends. Their moms don't say, "Oh, okay, because my daughter has a shortage of friends right now, I gotta go to Cowgirls Inc."
Right. Twist my arm.
All right? A lot of moms recognize their daughters don't have friends. They don't go to the clubs with them to compensate. You don't put it off on that. You need something from these clubs. Tell me what you get out of these clubs. You like to go to these clubs. If your daughter ever had friends, you would try to stop it because you would end your run on being able to go to the clubs because you need something. Be honest with me. Tell me what you get out of going to the clubs that you like.
You know, I just have fun with her. I have fun going out with her. She's a
forget.
great. She's a great kid.
You
Yeah,
forget.
she's a
You
great
forget
kid.
she's even there when you're at Cowgirls Inc.
No, that's not true because I'm buying the drinks. So I know.
So that's the reason she invites you
so
out.
I know she's there.
You
That's
buy your
probably
daughter
true.
drinks, do you? Is this the same daughter that I understand, it says here, got arrested for having fake IDs back in the day? She was actually thrown in jail
Yes,
because of a
that's her.
series of fake IDs that she was found with?
That's right.
And you're throwing drinks down her throat at no charge to her?
She's 21.
But she has a history of having done jail time.
She's a convict.
And you're encouraging the drinking process, and you're saying, well, because she's 21, hey, my
Hey, she's going to drink anyway. I might as well pay for it.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
What about me?
Yeah.
There is that school of thought. Because she's going to drink and get herself into a drunken stupor all the time, I might as well be there to supervise and purchase.
Well, but how can you supervise if you're drinking along with her and you get into a drunken stupor? And then who drives you both home?
I don't get into a drunken stupor.
Well,
if I'm driving, I'm not drinking more than 2.
Were you not in a drunken stupor when you were at a Mardi Gras competition with your daughter in Cancun and you were both flashing people?
No, she was in Cancun. I did it on a bus.
Oh, that makes it even better.
So you, the happily married mom, you, the happily married mother of how many kids?
2.
Of 2 kids. Still to this day will take down your top and flash men on their request?
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
It's just skin. You know, it's just skin.
Yes.
Skin to win.
And your husband's okay with the whole flashing thing?
You know, normally he's normally right there.
Your husband was with you when you were flashing younger boys
Yes, he
in
was.
Cancun.
I wasn't in Cancun. She was in Cancun.
Where were you on this bus that you flashed?
It was on the way to
Pioneer
the
Square.
USA Honduras game.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, it sounds like a perfect time to flash.
Speechless.
It sounds
I'm
like...
doing it right now, Steven. Look out.
It sounds like you get a little bit more out of just hanging around your fun-loving daughter when you go out. It sounds like you like getting a look, you like getting a comment, you like getting the things that validate you being still a sexy woman yourself. And it's a little bit concerning that alone from your husband isn't enough to get you from day to day.
Oh, I mean, what he gives me is plenty. It's
Apparently.
absolutely plenty. But
Apparently
why
not.
Why not go out and have a good time? I'm not dead.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'm 41 years old.
You're not dead.
I raised kids for the first, from the time I was 17 up until,
Whoa.
2 years ago, 3 years ago.
You're not dead, but you are married. And a lot of people would suggest, even though they're very, very synonymous.
Wow.
There would be a lot of people that suggest that because you're married, your days of taking off your top for 22-year-old boys who are requesting to see your breasts are over. Do you acknowledge that as being the case, even though you're not dead, or no? She's thinking. Do you need some thinking time?
Yeah, I think she does.
I think I need some time.
Well, on top of that, I mean, you have to show some respect for your husband, and some people might say that that's not very respectful towards your husband because, I mean...
Do you feel you're disrespecting your husband when you take off your top for boys on a bus?
Well, I'm not taking off my top, number one.
You're taking down your top.
Taking it down.
Semantics.
yeah, whatever.
I got standards, team man.
Right.
I just pull it up.
I mean, that'd be so disrespectful to my husband if I took off my top.
My shoulders are covered.
You know
I
what?
just pull it up.
Yeah, it was a
if he had a
bid, not
tough
a bet.
time with it, I wouldn't do it.
But what if he's not saying anything because he sees the enjoyment you get out of it, and he's laughing along with you and
But
all that?
really, he's
he
crying
doesn't
on the
like that.
inside.
Because he's not that type. I mean,
What type
if it
is it?
bothered him, he would say something.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
He would beat me down.
Would you
And
be
it's-
okay
you know,
if he
it's
was
not
like
like
flashing his stuff to young ladies?
How many times have you seen Kevin's butt?
Okay.
Well, no, I'm not just talking butt.
boy.
We're talking,
All right, back to the daughter. Give her the microphone again for a second, please. Do you think your mother's behavior is the way more mothers should be, or your mother's behavior should be more curtailed like the typical mom would behave even at 41 years old? Which do you choose?
I think that she behaves just like any other mother should.
Like more mothers should behave the way
Yes.
your mother. They should
I
be
think
going
so.
out to
She's
Cowgirls
fun.
Inc. They should
I
be
think-
taking their tops down on buses. They should be acting.
Every mother should.
Every mother should be the way your mom is because she's getting more enjoyment out of life than the typical mom.
Right.
And she's not perhaps on occasion crying on the inside because she didn't get her validation on a typical day or a given day from a guy outside of her husband.
Right.
Do you think if she doesn't have a kid at 17 that...
What's that?
If she doesn't have a kid at 17, do you think she's doing this now? I mean, is that a connection?
Is it because you had children so young, Stephen is asking, as to your behavior today? Is there any common or connecting thread there? Is there anything to the thought that when you have kids, as young as you have them, that your behavior is going to be a little bit, well, more bizarre than the average mom?
Well, because she didn't have any 20s to go out
I
to the
would
bar.
say that's probably part of it.
Did you miss out a lot in your 20s? Did you miss out because you were raising a toddler? Did you miss out on going to clubs, going to bars, and now you're compensating? Kind of like Michael Jackson compensates for hanging out with kids because he didn't have a childhood. And will you be on trial one day fighting for your freedom?
Boy, her Neverland
No, that I
Ranch.
don't think so.
Because you did strange things at your Neverland Ranch.
No, but, as far as that goes, yeah, I didn't go out when I was younger.
Mm-hmm. So now you're making up for lost time.
Now you get to with your daughter. Yeah.
I'm still young. I can still have a good time.
Your husband doesn't think you should be here,
there's
though.
nothing-
Your husband, according to this that I see written in
Yeah,
front of me,
doesn't
doesn't
think I'm
think you should be here. Your husband doesn't think you should win the trip to Vegas. Your husband doesn't think that you should be voted in on the party plane.
What he said is he thought you were looking for young and crazy, and I was off by 50%.
You're crazy, but you're not young. You think you do belong on this party plane. Is that right?
Absolutely. Why not?
Why not?
So when you're riding the mechanical...
Have a good time.
Well, tell me what a good time is. If you can't do anything that would be a violation of your marriage, where does the good time begin and end on what you see yourself doing in Vegas? You're going to drink? That's obvious.
Well, yeah.
You may take your top off? That's okay.
Pull it down. I don't take it off.
Oh,
that's right.
That's why she still has clothing on.
You're making it so
Remember
dirty,
that.
T-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, really?
You're such a skeezer, T-Man.
Make it sound like I'm a stripper.
Okay. So you'll take your top down on the strip if some guy is willing to give you a set of beads.
Yeah.
A bead. There you go.
All she
honey.
needs is a bead.
Just one.
Well, this is actually a corn kernel. Is that good enough? Sure it is. And is there anything else you can visualize yourself doing in Vegas should you be on this plane?
Well, we'd be dancing and just having a good time.
Dancing and just having a good time.
That's right. That's right.
Sounds pretty crazy.
I'll tell you this, ladies and gentlemen out there in the listening audience. I may leave this to you. I may make this a lightning poll as to whether to vote them in.
Yeah, lightning poll.
At least as far as qualifiers on this party plane. And I will also offer you this information. They
Terry has a
are.
VJ.
Oh, just,
Oh, it hasn't started yet? Sorry, I was voting early.
Steven's a dickhead. Oh,
wow.
sorry.
I will tell you this. This is certainly a hot combo of mother and daughter here.
Yes.
Hot combo.
Hot combo of mama and daughter.
And I agree that she's not old or anything, and going out is okay. But I think that, partying it up all the time with your daughter and, wanting to do the flashing kind of thing is a little out of range. I mean, you and I are around the same
age.
And I would never do that.
It's not like I walk around
you had your fill
out all the time.
You had your fill,
it's
Terry.
just-
This woman even acknowledges
True.
she didn't have it.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Needs to have it.
My kids are grown. My kids are older. I'm finally getting that.
Wow.
I'm going out.
You feel freer now that you don't have the responsibilities of raising children.
Right.
They're now raised and able to take care of themselves. And
It's mom's time now.
It's mom's time.
My mom had kids when she was young, but Brenda's not flashing.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting because, Jay, at the age of 9, when I say, oh, hey, I want to get a tattoo, she looks at me, she goes, you're too old to get a tattoo, Mom, or you're too old to get your belly button pierced.
Do you feel like you can't justify the notion of going out yourself, so you have to take your daughter out to make it able to be rationalized?
No, I go out myself. But
you do go out.
seriously,
Without your husband, you just go out by yourself to clubs.
No, my husband. With my husband.
That's what I'm suggesting.
My husband and I and our friends. We go out,
Do you guys
too.
go to 21 and over clubs, like, where you're all, like, Cowgirls Inc.? Yeah, do you know?
No.
But, I mean, or do you find the crowd of your age group to go?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, I do both things.
Well, I'll tell you this.
It's real easy to have a good time.
What are you, about 5'7", Mom? 5'6"?
Yeah.
She's blonde, not naturally. She has nice, full breasts, and they actually look real. Are those real breasts? Yes. Implants before your time a little bit. And daughter looks like...
available now.
Her daughter does not have as big a set of bosoms as her very own mom.
Got to sting.
And that's got to sting. Do you recognize that your breasts are not as big as your own mom's? And does that bother you to any capacity?
I do recognize that, and it does not bother me at all.
Does it bother you? Not at all. Why should it, Terry?
Hey.
Why should it? Why should it bother me?
Because you're just a living, breathing, blood-pumping human being. And it would bother the normal, living, breathing, blood-pumping human being. You should have, why shouldn't you have as big a breast as your mom?
It doesn't bother me.
It bothers me. Bothers me enough for the both of us, I'll tell you that right now. Okay, and the mom looks like she's got a body that is very much in shape. Do you work out on a regular basis? Yes, you do. She's nodding her head. Daughter, do you work out? Your body, are you taller than your mom?
I'm about 5'9".
5'9". Mm-hmm. What do you like, a little B cup there or what?
I'm a C cup.
No, you're not.
I'm a C
She
cup.
wears a C bra. She's a B cup, ladies and gentlemen, and she has dark hair. And she's 5'9". So now that you have a little bit of information on both this mother-daughter combo, should they qualify for the T-Man's party plane to Vegas? Or are they just a little too pathetic in some people's minds? As Terry pointed out, should a 41-year-old mom be going to the clubs with her daughter?
Stay home and make the casserole, lady.
Make the casserole! And put those crunchy noodles on top.
Oh, I love those.
I wasn't saying that, but I think just more her age bracket.
All right. Well, if it's not make the casserole and it's not go out, what is she able to do that's in between, Terry? What's the in between behaviors that are acceptable?
I'm just saying,
it's pretty cut and dry as far as I'm concerned. If you're not going out to the clubs with your daughter, you're making casserole.
Wow,
yeah, there's nothing in between.
What?
I mean, because I don't have a problem going out with my husband to a club that's more age appropriate. You know,
like the Elks Club, that kind of thing.
But and I'm not even saying that, but a nice jazz club or something. I mean, and there are plenty of clubs that you can still have fun at. But
okay, well, you might want to put the headsets near you, so you can hear the listeners' take on the mother-daughter combo that is both of you.
They probably don't want to put the headphones on, actually.
No.
As we go to the phones, you're on the air. Hello. Yes, he is.
So, what's the question? What am I right? Yes or no? In or out? Is that it?
It's pretty much in or out, but I also want to get people's comments. It's not going to be your classic lightning poll that just has them immediately spurt out what they think should happen here. I would like to get a little commentary from the audience on their take on this mother-daughter combo.
Okay.
You're on the air.
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, T-Man, it's Ashley. Lost the contest with Sarah for the prom date.
All right.
Sounds good.
Well, I think you should let them go, because mom and daughters, they always have fun, and it would be entertaining for you guys.
All right.
That's an in.
That's a first vote of in.
All right.
Yes. Clear some of these lines that have been waiting. I feel bad to cut these people off, but you're on the air. Hello. Hello.
T-Man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, these girls are pathetic.
Why is that, sir?
They're horrible. I mean, what's that old lady doing in the club? That's like the old man in the club. Everyone's looking at her.
The old man in the club theory is, yes, very well known that there's certainly no place for a 35 or older man to be in the club. He stands out. He comes across as pathetic. He just reeks of being desperate. You don't feel like you fit into that category, being even the married 41-year-old mom in the club? You don't feel desperate? You don't feel like you're being stared at? You don't feel like you stick out like a sore thumb?
Absolutely not.
You got to talk into the microphone, baby.
No, I don't. Not at all.
What's that?
Can I say in her defense that there's probably plenty of guys that would want to go home with her in the club,
doubt.
but there's no women that want to go home with the old guy. That's the difference.
So it's not a reciprocal type theory, that the old man in the club theory does not carry over to a hot 41-year-old woman being in the club.
I don't think it does.
Because even if the guy is good looking at 41, if he's in the club, if he's in Cowgirls Inc., he's looking like an idiot.
He is.
She's hot, equally as hot as the 41-year-old man, but she doesn't stand out as pathetic.
No.
Does she look 41? I mean, or does she look younger?
She looks 41, but a nice, real good 41. 41 is not standing out as terribly old if you're looking really good.
She loses 3 years of age with every drink, too, so that helps.
I think she gains 3 years of age with every drink.
Really?
As the face starts to melt, are you kidding me?
No, when I start drinking, I see her.
Okay, with every drink you have.
Right, every drink I have. She's down to 32 now.
I think every drink you put down, though, every drink you put down, your face gets a little crooked and you look older, right or wrong. You're on the air. Hello.
I'm going to stay out, T.
Why out?
Because I think that she'd be taking up a seat for a single person that is looking to hook up, maybe.
Well, they come as a package deal. Her daughter is single and very much looking for a guy to at least have fun with, right or wrong?
Give me the hookup.
That's right.
You're on the air. Hello.
2 out and 1 in, right?
Yes.
Yes. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
What can we do for you?
I'm calling about the mother and the daughter.
Yes.
I think they should totally go on the party plane to Vegas.
Why is that?
Hell yeah, because I'm 33. My boyfriend is 21. We kick it all the time. Age has nothing to do with it. Age has nothing to do with it. It's the person.
Yeah, age has nothing to do with it, but she is a married woman, and she is going with her daughter. You're going with your boyfriend, and yes, younger guys and older women are certainly happening more than ever. That's not what we're talking about here. I'm surprised, actually. Usually the women are the one to come down on the other women in the studio. Here's a situation where the first 2 ladies that have called in have been thumbs up on this mother-daughter combo.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
I think women just realize they're going to get old, and they always want to go to the clubs as long as they can. They're setting the framework now. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Terry's BJ looks like roast beef.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
That's going to take a while to write down.
Yeah, it is. Hold on. Give him a few
Roast beef, yes.
Boy.
Slice then? Oh,
with horseradish sauce.
Makes it spicy.
You're on the air. Hello. All right, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yes. Go ahead.
Oh, hi. I think that they should totally get to go. I think that Terry's type of fun is a little bit different than what this lady is saying.
Where does Terry's type of fun differ with this lady?
Well, because Terry's complaining that she's too old to go out, but everybody's different.
I didn't complain that she's too old. My only concern is that, I can't see me going to, like, where the majority of the club goers are going. I
can't see my mom going to Cowgirls and Ink or anything.
That's somewhere that I would not be comfortable with. There are plenty of clubs and places to go.
I have a question. Does this lady have wrinkles or anything? Like, does she look 41?
Not many wrinkles. No.
No, she looks really
no
good
wrinkles.
for
The face is very smooth. I will tell you this. Don't believe for a second, even though she tried to proclaim it as such, don't believe for a second that she loves going out with her daughter, and that's the only way she can get that kind of enjoyment with her daughter. Don't believe it. She loves going out, period. She does. And she's able to rationalize and justify going out when she goes out with her own daughter as opposed to going out to clubs by herself. That's what it comes down to. But with that said, because I find something in them that I actually like, Terry,
okay,
I'm going to qualify these 2 ladies. And I would certainly predict that it's going to be tough to keep them off the party plane to Vegas. Yes, they are officially qualified, and by tomorrow morning you may very well find out that you 2 have official seats arranged and set up for you on the T-Man's party plane to Vegas. Your reaction to that, please. Oh, they're high-fiving each other. That's a Cowgirls Inc. high-five there, Terry.
Now, what if you find out her VJ looks like roast beef later on? Then what's going to happen?
Then I'd put him on right now.
Okay, good.
So maybe it was an effective strategy by you 2 coming down to the studio this morning because it has you now qualified.
Yay! Congrats. Good deal.
Anything to say in parting before we let you leave this morning?
Anything to say?
Okay, quit while you're ahead. That's a smart move.
Thank you.
Mother, daughter, qualified for the party plane to Vegas.
The T-Man.
Q93 T-Man party plane to Vegas is filling up fast.
You're the winner, Emily.
A Florida couple is under arrest, accused of forcing their adopted son to sleep in a locked cage.
Oh.
Wilson and Brenda Sullivan's son is 17, but he's only 4.5 feet tall and weighs just 49 pounds.
What the hell?
Workers say they found him wearing a diaper.
Nice.
Police say the Sullivans claim they chained their son in the cage at night because he has behavior problems.
Unbelievable.
So sad.
They chained him in there at night. I doubt it. He's only 4.5 feet tall and weighs 40-some-odd pounds.
Oh, my
He's been in that cage pretty much his whole life. Wearing a diaper?
Yes.
That's why he's so short. It's like the fishbowl theory. If you are not able to, you're not able to grow to your normal size if you're in a cage or a fish in a fishbowl, and that could honestly be the saddest story I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, that is very
That could be the saddest story of all the stories we've played over the years. This could be the saddest story I've ever heard in my life.
Awful.
In a diaper. This kid has been in this cage, I guarantee you. Pretty much, he's 17, pretty much his whole life. 40-some-odd pounds. I gotta see this kid. This is unreal.
A Florida couple is under...
Terry, has Darius been locked in a cage?
No.
Oh, it's pretty short.
Well, hey, look at his mom.
All right.
A Florida couple is under arrest, accused of forcing their adopted son to sleep in a locked cage.
My gosh.
Wilson and Brenda Sullivan's son is 17, but he's only 4.5 feet tall and weighs just 49 pounds. Welfare workers say they found him wearing a diaper. Police say the Sullivans claim they chained their son in the cage at night because he has behavior problems.
You don't even need to have a trial with these two.
Okay.
With these two parents.
I know.
Don't even have a trial. You know what? Just put them in a kennel the rest of their lives.
There you go.
A kennel where they can't even stand up, Terry. Don't even put them in a jail. It's too good.
Right.
Put them in a kennel where they have to be on their hands and knees for the rest of their life.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Anyone have a problem with that?
Not at all.
Watch them wither away and die.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We should actually put gay phone operator in that kind of cage where he just wears a diaper and... We need to have him, or else if he gains another 50, 100 pounds, he's going to be in a diaper, whether he likes it or not. He's not going to be able to wipe his own ass.
Right.
Not very effectively, at least.
No.
That's just not right.
That's a big kennel, though.
That is.
That's a big cage. Fine, we'll build it.
Oh, yes, we're going to need Key Arena for about a year.
Oh, wow.
Is that okay? Sorry, Sonics, you got to play somewhere else.
Are you kidding me with this story? You
I know, amazing.
I say rule out adoption.
Well,
only adoptive parents could do this to their kid.
Well, it is kind of weird because I don't see how anybody who flesh and blood could do that.
How can you
or
do
even,
this?
Even this way. Is
How
weird,
can you
but-
do this to a kid? How can you? 17 years. He's 49 pounds, 4.5 feet tall, in a cage with a diaper on.
I know. Sad.
How does no one? How does all these years go by? This has happened for years and years, and this kid has been there for a long time. Forget just at night, all day long. They probably throw him some scraps here and there into the cage, treating him like an animal.
Right.
I have never heard a sadder story in my frickin' life.
Yeah, I'm wondering how other relatives never caught on.
Oh, I know.
Like in the Christmas card when he has shackles on. I mean, they should have known.
I was just about to say, doesn't Christmas seem a little peculiar at this house?
Where's your son?
This is just not acceptable.
No.
I think that's an understatement.
Yeah. Says to Santa, I want out of the cage. How about that? Forget the Xbox.
Right.
I wish that couple would walk in here right now.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, this couple needs to be beaten hard.
Oh, man.
Beaten down hard.
I'd do a couple months in jail just to be able to pummel them.
Man.
It'd be worth it. Easily.
Unreal.
Wow. So I guess that theory is true about the fishbowl, huh?
Yes, it
Never
is
been
true.
tested on humans, but
This is a 4'1.5" kid. Honestly, it makes me think that if we as a society didn't wear clothes, if we didn't wear underwear, our dicks would be a lot bigger.
Okay.
I think the restrictions of the clothing, I think the restrictions of the underwear that we're always wearing from pretty much day one restricts our true penis length and size, Terry.
Okay.
And I think this is the way the government wants it.
Like,
The government, yes.
The government, it's a
If
big
we
conspiracy
have,
there.
as a society, too big a penis, we'll be out of control.
Bunch of guys walking around just slinging here and
You
there.
think I'm saying this as a joke. Honestly, if all of a sudden society ruled out clothing and we walked around naked for all of time, we would have much bigger penises.
So do you
It's
think
the fishbowl theory. This dude, unfortunately, proved the fishbowl theory. He wouldn't have been 4.5 feet tall if he didn't grow up and live his whole life in a cage.
Right. Right.
So female joggers and marathoners and stuff like that, if it wasn't for the sports bras, they'd be huge.
Yeah.
Huge breasts, right?
Big old
They don't wear the sports bra, that tight, constrictive sports bra, pretty much all their lives. We are wearing, from day to day, from early on, every day of our life, underwear and pants.
Right, right.
If we didn't wear underwear and pants, we'd all have big dicks.
Big ones! Oh, stand back.
Why don't you test the theory? You have a son, right?
Yeah, keep him naked from here on out.
I don't know if the teacher in the first grade is going to see my theory as something that makes sense to her and the rest of the school.
You're pretty persuasive, though.
Yeah.
I bet you can make it happen.
Little Jaden goes to school in the first grade and goes, well, my daddy's a scientist and he's doing this theory thing.
And you watch, I'm going to have the biggest schlong of them all.
So where does that leave the ladies then?
Jerry, I don't know how the theory of constriction and restriction weighs on women. I don't know what you have that could be bigger if you would like it to be bigger.
Well, no,
saggy
I mean-
PJ?
More roast beef.
What do you want?
Well, you're talking about, I'm just saying.
Is there something that you find inadequate on your person that you would like to be bigger?
Because
I want a real huge clit.
Wow.
Maybe your clitoris would be a little bigger if that's what you want. But I'm telling you, this theory carries over to men and their situations, Terry.
All right.
And I'm not saying it's necessarily unfortunate. Maybe our schlongs are big enough. Not hardly.
They do the job.
So you say.
Yeah, it says who.
Let us have your wife come in here for an interview. Terry, what else is going on in the world, please?
How about this? A 23-year-old stripper was arrested because she gave her boyfriend's 13-year-old son a little lap dance.
And that's a problem?
Yes, it is. Especially because the boyfriend didn't know about it.
The boyfriend had no idea
Right.
that his very own girlfriend was giving his 13-year-old son a lap dance.
Right.
How old was the dad?
It doesn't say how old the father was. It just
He
gives-
wasn't 23. He was older.
Yes.
To have a 13-year-old son, I don't think he
Right.
had him at 10.
No.
So the dad was not around when the 23-year-old stripper would give his 13-year-old son lap dances.
Right, and I guess
It's very giving, Terry. It's very giving. It's part of my theory of restriction. If you don't allow a stripper to give you a lap dance at 13, you won't mature into the true adult that you need to be.
She kept pressing her hips and buttocks against his hips and leg. And the mother found out about this little incident and called police.
The mother did.
Yes. The mother
The
called.
son told the mother what was happening? Or See, this is why what happened here is that the mother is all jealous that her former husband, or whatever he was, former lover certainly, is now going out with a hot-ass stripper. So she had to ruin it for everyone.
Always had it in for her.
Slam the roof down on everyone. Make it all come crashing in. Just is so fitting that mom, angry mom, told on the stripper and the authorities came rushing in.
Yeah.
Bitter.
She'll be, her court appearance is on April 11th.
Don't women know that nothing positive comes from bitterness? Don't women know that? Aren't you aware of it?
I think we are, but it's a little hard to get over.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes on.
Women and their bitterness just leads to such destruction, Terry. It's so unfortunate. What a shame. Anyhow, I promised earlier today that this was going to be a Relationship Thursday. And then the mother-daughter duo came in and we got distracted.
Yes.
So let me reopen the phone lines, and any relationship problems you may be having, we can address with the rest of the time in this show. Right?
Right, unless...
No unlesses.
Well, since it is a relationship topic here, I found an article for you.
Well, we can get to your article later. Right now, there's a lot of bitter women out there that need to be helped. 1-866, and a lot of men that have to deal with them.
Oh,
1-866. There's no such thing. The words bitter and man don't go together. It's bitter women, Terry. 1-866-663-T-Man. If you feel shortchanged because your penis should be bigger, call now. It's true, Terry. It's the fishbowl theory.
I don't get any cell coverage in here, though.
1-866-663-T-Man. The doctor is in. The doctor solves problems at an unbelievable clip at no charge.
Wow, free.
And the phone call is even free, Terry. 1-866-663-T-Man. Back with your relationship questions after these words.
The T-Man.
All right, before we dive into phone calls, Terry, and I'm seriously going to dive into many a phone call, relationship questions, whatever you would like to bring up on the airwaves.
All righty.
Now is the time. But this bit of news just crossed the wires, and I think it's something that we need to share immediately. A judge has issued an arrest warrant for Michael Jackson. Maybe you've heard of him, Terry?
I think I have.
Because he has not shown up for his trial today.
Oh, jeez.
That's nice.
Michael Jackson's lawyer says Michael is being treated for a serious back problem. The judge says unless he shows up in court within an hour, Michael will have to forfeit $3 million in bail money.
Wow.
If I'm Michael, I'm getting to jail. I'm getting to court.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
But do you really...
Even Michael, who has probably money to burn, I don't know if he still does at this point. Some are speculating that he's lower than you might imagine.
Right.
But even if he has money to burn, that's if you need to get to court within an hour, my back feels a little bit better, I'm there.
Wheel me in.
Yeah, give me a little shot here and I'm good to go.
So that's the latest.
But... really, is it necessary to put out an arrest warrant for Michael? I mean, where's he going to go?
He's not going to go anywhere, but he's supposed to be at court in a timely fashion.
He's got to be treated like everybody else. Did they do that to you?
Michael already pulled during the jury selection, I have the flu, can't make it, and was out for a week, and now the judge gave him that week. Now the judge is saying, okay, drawing the line, bring you and your scrawny little back into this courtroom. And when you're as scrawny as Michael Jackson, you can't have back problems. I can understand how you may have some kinks here or there.
Sure.
And I'm sure his back hurts.
Well, the chiropractor, get it all fixed up and come on in.
But you don't feel good every day when you have to do something day to day. Got to get his ass to court.
He finally sees what it's like to have a steady job and how bad it sucks for everybody else on this planet. Going to work every day sucks.
Well, he had a week off 2 weeks ago for the flu, like you just said. I mean,
right.
So we will follow these developments. Michael is on the clock right now as we speak. Will he show up within the hour time span, or will he forfeit $3 million in cash? That's quite a bill for your back problem.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know a chiropractor that charges that much.
It better hurt really bad.
Yes.
Is that part of the millions that I'm going to have to pay these people or not?
Apparently, Michael's able to miss the day's worth of court time if he's willing to forfeit $3 million. Wow. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
In the meantime, 1-866-663-T-Man, you're on the air. Good morning. Hello.
Hello?
Anyone there? Yes, sir.
Hey, T-Man?
How are you, sir?
Hey, my name is Jay, man. I just got back from Iraq with the Army. I spent a year over there.
How are you, Jay? I got a lot of emails from people that just got back from Iraq. I got a lot of emails from people in Iraq. We get
I just got back, but I want to let you know, man, my wife recorded your show and sent it to me, and me and my guys woke up every morning and listened to your show, and home doesn't seem so far away when you listen to a friendly voice.
Wow, that's pretty interesting.
Nice. So I want to thank you for what you do, man.
Your wife sent you tapes over in Iraq.
Yes, sir.
Man.
It's part of the goodie package.
I'll make you want to fight the good fight, huh?
Right.
Yeah. If I was in Iraq, I'll take cookies instead. Can you send that next time?
Right.
Some bottled water, maybe?
Sir, that's nice of you to say. That's nice to hear. I'm glad you're back and you're doing well.
And thank you.
Thank you.
You are a credit to us all. Take care, my friend. That's not a relationship problem. That's just a comment. It's a nice one, Terry.
Right.
But your friendly voice is here for the relationship people.
1-866-663-T-Man, you're on the air. Go ahead.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, so I just want to ask you a question, man.
All right.
Hey, what do you think is wrong with the young kids of today? Because honestly, a 13-year-old boy complaining about a lap dance, if that was me, I'd be egging on with my allowance money, man, honestly.
Well, I don't know if Terry's story said the 13-year-old boy was complaining about the lap dance. The 13-year-old boy told his mom about the lap dance. The mom, being the bitter woman that she is, jilted and now watching her baby's dad have his life with a stripper, couldn't take probably even just day-to-day activities. She couldn't take that news, and she's ruined it for everyone.
I just seems kind of funny, you know? Oh, hey, Mark, guess what? I got a lap dance yesterday by Dad's woman.
I don't know if that's the way he sprung it on her.
Yeah,
but
it's not like they sat down for dinner and had that kind of
something to that effect. See how I'm racing through calls right now?
You are.
See how I'm going through them really fast?
Boy, you dove right in like you said.
1-866-663-T-Man is the number to call. You're on the air.
This message is for Dr. T, if he's in, please.
The Dr. T is here, yes. The good doctor is with you, sir. What can we do for you?
Dr. T, I got a sad story about a relationship, but it doesn't compare to the kid in the cage back east.
Nothing compares to the kid to the cage in Florida, but how can I help you, sir, free of charge? How can I help you free of charge, sir, as opposed to a $3 million chiropractic bill? Yes. Go ahead.
Late in January, I purchased some airline tickets to take my wife to Las Vegas for Valentine's Day. 3 weeks before we left, she asked me if I would like to get a divorce.
Oh, ouch.
Usually women will wait for the trip. If there's any trip planned, a wife will wait till you get back to bring up any problems that may be on her mind.
Right.
So we go down to Vegas. We just got back last weekend, and it was more of a sightseeing tour than any type of party type.
So you were completely blindsided by this this revelation that your wife might want to move on with her life. You never saw it coming. You never detected she was unhappy in your marriage.
There was a little bit of stuff, but since she's been going to the gym and stuff, it seems like she's slowly wandering away.
See, once you let women go to the gym, once you let them have a little access to bettering their bodies, Terry, they all want to run like crazy through the streets.
And if your woman doesn't get to the gym and stay in shape, then you gentlemen go running out because the wife has gotten too fat and lazy.
What's wrong with setups in the house?
Jeez.
So at this point, I'm trying to play a sympathy card and maybe board on party plane to Vegas and give a payback.
So but seriously, because I'm not taking your request seriously, you're not going. But seriously,
Right.
You think because your wife went to the gym, just merely the fact that she went to the gym is part of or most of the reason why she's decided to move on with her life?
I'm sure there's up on South Hill, Puyallup, the valleys up there. It's a meat market. I mean, yeah, there's a gym there, but there's just
there's some weights in there, T-Man, but everyone's just there to hook up.
Right.
So you believe your wife met someone or just picked up on a new lifestyle while working out in the valleys in Puyallup?
Correct. I think she has got a lot more people paying attention to her up there
Then certainly you're giving her any attention at home, right?
Does she have a personal trainer? Did she hire one?
No, there was one for the...
Everyone's your personal trainer at Valleys in Puyallup.
I'm a personally trainer myself.
Sounds like...
Now, do you think she's having sex with someone else, sir? Yes or no?
I don't feel like she... You have a gut feeling. I don't feel that.
Your gut tells you she's not having sex with someone else, but she's certainly close.
Why don't you go to the gym with her and work out with her?
Not a good feeling in the gut, huh?
She doesn't want me to go to the gym and get a membership, and I think that's because I'd be messing up her game up there.
Really? Man.
We might bring you closer together.
Do you actually hear this man said in this story as he tells about this story?
I do.
How long were you married? How long have you been married, sir?
In June, it'll be 5 years.
5 years. Wow. And you were happy. Were you a happy man in your marriage or no?
Yeah, there's some things,
There's always things to work on, yeah. But all in all, you were a happy man. You weren't looking to go elsewhere. You were looking to live the rest of your life with this woman, right or wrong?
Correct.
And all of a sudden, she got a membership to that Bally's in Puyallup, Terry.
Damn that Bally's.
All of a sudden, they start flashing, couple skate. And you're wondering how you're supposed to work out in that joint.
Snowball.
Mm-hmm.
I should have known when they had singles night on Monday.
Yes. Sir, I'm sorry to hear about this trouble. There's really nothing I can do to help you in this situation. If she's all of a sudden been exposed to a new aspect of life and she realizes that's where she's more happy than with you, that's something you're just going to have to deal with. Now,
yeah, I mean, to say, I don't want you working out with me.
Do you feel like you had some shortcomings in the marriage, sir? Were you doing what a quality husband should do? Did you pay attention to her? Did you take her out occasionally? Did you make her feel like a special woman, sir? Or were you a little bit...
I was a little bit lacking.
You're a little bit lacking in that department. So if you had to do it all over again, you realized you needed to pull more of your weight as far as your end of the bargain in a marriage.
I think things changed when we had our son. I mean, big time.
Uh-huh. And since you had your son, you stopped romancing her to some degree, and do you regret that or no?
It was kind of a... yes, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't be calling you today. But
don't you think that, I mean, can you save it? Do you think you can save your marriage by maybe, starting to give her a little bit more attention? And maybe...
Is it salvageable, sir, if you start changing here or there? Or is it pretty much she's done, she's gone, she's moved on, it's over?
I moved her out of the house with her grandmother to have some time to think about it before she makes a rash decision.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that'll allow her time to think clearly a little bit.
What do you think your odds are? What % chance do you think she's going to move back and want to start over and and work on things that you may have to work on and move on with your marriage? Or what % chance do you think, she's done, she's going to, divorce papers are soon to follow?
I like to put the over-under at 75% she'll come back.
75% chance. So you think you have a 3 out of 4 chance that she's going to come back to you?
That's my wishful thinking, though.
I'm going under.
Well, why don't you? I mean, what have you done to help it be on your favor, in your favor, so far? Okay, you've moved her out, but have you started kind of, romancing her a little bit? Maybe
sending her a love note,
right.
or flowers,
letting her know
candy,
you do
all that
appreciate her.
gross stuff. You doing that or no?
Yeah, when we went down to Vegas, I had a dozen red roses waiting for her down at the hotel.
But during the time in Vegas, as you pointed out, you felt like more brother, sister, friend sightseeing than any kind of romantic getaway.
Correct.
Wow.
Oh, whoa.
Yes, Terry, you had a question?
I was going to ask him, but since you've been back from Vegas, what have you done?
Actually feels a little bit better, but she still doesn't talk to me as much on the phone, and her conversations are short and snappy. And
so little by little, you feel her weaning herself out of your life.
Wean.
I could see that happening.
Sir, what are you going to do? Have you made any plans if the worst case scenario were to take place on what's going to happen with you? Are you starting to prepare for the inevitable, what could be the inevitable here, or no?
Yes, I've already went on a weight loss program and started lifting weights again and went
Oh, there you go.
He doesn't need Bally's to get himself in shape, Terry.
No, he doesn't.
There are weights in other places, too.
Yeah.
Where people aren't throwing themselves at each other. Yeah, I got pecs! Sir, is there just an empty space in you right now?
Yes.
You know what?
Oh, I feel bad for him.
There's a nice guy here. You can hear it in his voice, Terry. He didn't ask for this. Maybe he realizes he didn't do things as perfectly as he could have. But he's got regret.
Well, he is trying to change.
Oh, jeez. Phil Collins doesn't like your chances, sir.
No, he doesn't.
Sir, if your wife out there in her grandma's house is listening, what would you like her to know right now?
That
I'm strangling myself with this phone cord as we speak. Sir, is there something
I love her, and I wish she thinks with a clear head and comes back home.
Because you believe if she thinks with a clear head, she will be coming back home. If she thinks with a muddled head, then if she thinks with a head that's confused, then she may go the other way. But if her head clears, she's going to see straight and realize that you're the one. Sir, can we call this bitch, or should we just leave it alone? I mean,
come on now.
But I think she's being a little bit hard on this man.
Hard on.
Oh,
she should be at work. She went to the dentist this morning, but she should be done by now.
Should be.
Sure.
What will we see? Yes, you will. Yeah. Sure. It's the chance he's got to take, Terry.
I think it's worth it.
I do too.
This man is sitting at home hoping the door will open and the woman he married will come walking back in. But she'd rather swing through that Bally's door.
Well, he's...
Hey, it's last night, isn't it, Tito?
Boy, Tito gets a lot of action on this show, doesn't he?
Yeah.
No.
Sir,
last night.
We're with you, sir.
Can't wait for Pex.
You're part of us now. Because you've opened up to us. And you've called in during a T-man relationship type moment. What is your name?
John.
John!
I was hoping it was Tito.
John? If you call back at a later date and you get through, if you're one of the people sitting on the hold lines, if you're on hold, basically is what I'm saying, as we qualify people for Vegas in the future, and I see you sitting there, I'm going to give you special treatment and get you on as a qualifier.
Nice.
Oh,
I would just ask for a Vegas redo.
Yes. He would
Vegas redo.
He would like a do-over, Terry, where he could go down alone and have...
That's what I was going to ask you now. What if he takes his wife? He can't win, right?
If you were to win, sir, hypothetically, which is a bigger stretch than even your wife coming home, would you take her or no? Would you ask her to go with you or what?
Because that would be the biggest do-over.
I don't believe I would ask her to go. I would go down there and
just be by yourself.
Do what I need to do to stop the hurt.
And what do you need to do to stop the hurt, sir?
Give a little hurt.
Do a fair share of drinking that I missed out on last time down, and a lot more conversing with the opposite sex.
Mm-hmm. So you're moving on with you. You're not going to sit around on your hands waiting for her to walk through the door.
Yes, I am. I wouldn't be unfaithful to her down there, but I'd definitely party it up quite a bit.
Drinking's not the answer, sir.
No, it's not.
I've heard that before.
It is when you change the questions. Anyhow.
But he's being honest. He says, I wouldn't think I would take her, so, you know.
Okay. John, I want you to call us back and keep us posted.
She just called in on the other line on this.
All right, well, you take that call then, John. And you keep us posted on the progress of the new developments in this situation.
Good luck.
Thanks.
All right,
Thank you,
John.
Dr. T.
You're welcome, John.
You have a great day.
You do as well, John. Take care, John boy.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Did you like John?
I like John. Yes, I did.
Aww.
Poor bastard. His wife gets a club membership at a gym. Next thing he knows, his life is turned upside down. Keep him chained up is what I say, Terry.
Jeez.
No, you can't go to my gym. You'll ruin my action. How about that? How about the audacity of that? Ah, she thinks she is! Last I heard, a gym is a public place! And yet he believes, he takes it as the gospel when she tells him, you're not allowed to go to this gym, that's my gym.
Right.
Well, maybe her boyfriend's name is Jim.
Yeah, don't go to that gym.
Unbelievable. More relationship calls in just a moment at 1-866-663-T-MAN, yes.
The T-Man. Cube 93. What's up, Seattle? Here's what's up.
Join me.
Terry, the last segment,
Yes.
you heard a man named John call in. John poured out his heart and soul, telling the story about how his wife pretty much picked up and left him and his, the life they had together.
Right.
She abandoned that, and she moved in with her grandma to at least evaluate things, which, you know what that leads to. That's just a buffer period. And it leads to her moving on and getting divorced from him. Well, she has called in. She feels like she deserves equal time.
Well.
You heard him say that he felt he was getting call waiting, and he saw her on caller ID, and she was calling him. Well, now she's calling us.
Whoa.
That she feels like she didn't get a chance to say her side of the story.
Okay.
Maybe John left out a detail or two.
Probably.
Yeah, I caught him beating off the kitty board.
Wow.
I don't know what it may be. Maybe it's something dramatic. Maybe it's something subtle. But she feels like she's entitled, or she should be entitled, to come on and give her version. Do you believe that she's right and we should put her on, or let's just move on with that story and find out what other relationship issues there are?
No, put her on. She deserves, her own
Is that
time.
right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Should we make her wait or put her right on?
Put her right on. I think she's waited long enough.
All right. Your name is what?
My name is Sophie.
How are you, Sophie?
I'm good. How are you, baby?
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
This is not Bally's and Puyallup, you know.
Okay. This is a radio program.
Yes, baby. I'm doing good. What can we do for you? I understand that you were listening to all that and you were a little bit annoyed that your husband was going off on you and your lifestyle and made it seem, oh, woe is me for him, and that you were a bitch, and you want to clear some of the air here. Is that right?
Right.
Okay, tell us what you want to say.
Well, first of all, I have to tell you, T-Man, tell me what you think of this. He has made
Love it, baby.
tower of truth.
He what?
He has made a tower of truth.
A tower of truth. Well, you want to knock that tower down now, huh?
Well,
what does that mean?
I don't even know what that means, but go ahead. Keep
like the circle of trust?
Oh, jeez.
It's this...
Like the Wheel of Fortune?
It's like, well, may as well be. It's like it's a set of 2x4s, and it's got little screws on the side, and you put your ring next to the little saying that he's made up. And
Are you saying this in a figurative sense, or did he literally build a tower of trust in your home?
I think he's literally done that.
He literally took blocks or whatever he had to take, and he built a tower of trust in your home.
Yes, not trust, of truth.
Of truth.
Yes.
I think if you're mocking him now because of this, I think it's pretty much over.
Well, I think it's kind of a weird thing that he's made.
So you have to come home to your house, or you did, on a night-to-night basis, and see this Tower of Truth that he built in your home.
Oh, I still go over there. I pick up my son every day. That's my way of seeing my son.
And you can't look past the Tower of Truth, saying, okay, my husband's a little bit more sensitive than the average guy out there. Most husbands don't build a Tower of Truth, but mine did. And you know what? That's special. You see it as, man, and what a wuss I married, or whatever the case may be. You're annoyed by the Tower of Truth that he built.
I'm not really annoyed by it, but I thought it was kind of weird.
It's peculiar to you.
He did it so that he said that he built it so that he would stop asking me how I was feeling. Yet, after making this, he still asks me how I'm feeling and where I think we're going with this.
All right, we have called John back on the phone line.
Oh, wow.
We took his number down on caller ID. Let me find out. Let me get to the bottom of the Tower of Truth.
Yeah, the Tower of Truth, I'm still a little
Hey,
confused.
John, we're a little bit confused by the whole Tower of Truth thing ourselves. We got to admit. What was the idea behind this Tower of Truth, dude? Can't you spend your time building more constructive things?
I mean, I see walking in the house and taking a number, like a piece of paper or something.
I mean, some guys build a shed. I'm not into that either. But
he's trying here. I mean, that's the thing.
Why'd you build the Tower of Truth, John?
So I could stop asking her where she was at in our relationship because she wouldn't tell me.
Okay, John, are you on speakerphone right now? Because I can't even hear you.
Yeah, I'm inside that shop.
All right, can you get yourself off speakerphone and talk to us in a more clear sense, or what?
Yeah.
He's in the shop building the new tower. A tower of bitch. He's going to hang her scalp from it.
I think that one's been built.
Let me buff this one out now.
Is that a little better?
That's much better, John. Tell us the whole concept, the thought process behind the Tower of Truth.
The Tower of Truth is just it's kind of a little game deal. It's not anything like real serious.
So it's supposed to be a fun-loving kind of thing, a light-hearted kind of Tower of Truth.
Yeah,
Did you go in and spin the wheel?
It's like Jenga.
I'm trying to bring the humor back in our relationship. It's been gone for a while.
It seems like it certainly worked there, John.
Yeah.
Your wife certainly is laughing her way over to her grandma's house over this Tower of Truth.
Yeah, I hear that now.
So she had never expressed to you, she had never told you to your face that she had a problem with the Tower of Truth. This is the first you're hearing about it.
She said that it was pretty corny when she first saw it, but I thought it was kind of cool. There's different rings and different rungs, and each rung represents a different stage of getting back together, and her ring is one step above the divorce still.
Oh, geez. So it's like Plinko, Terry.
Oh, wow, really?
Now, you heard John's idea of the Tower of Truth. Do you see this as a cool gesture, man? He's really trying hard. He's going the extra mile. He's doing things out of the box. He's thinking out of the box, and he's building a Tower of Truth, and that's sweet?
It's definitely out of the box. However, again, I'm still a little confused, maybe because I need a visual. But I think really for him to get back together, I think she probably needs something a little bit more conventional, more.
But is the Tower of
want to?
What's her name again? Sophie.
Sophie.
Is the Tower of Truth in itself, Sophie, the reason that you're calling off a marriage that you've had for 5 years?
Oh, and by the way, it's been 6.
It's been 6 years.
It's been 6.
All right.
This will be our 5th year anniversary, darling.
No, it'll be 6, but I'm not going to argue on the air.
Oh my gosh, they're arguing about when they got married.
One of you's wrong, and that's a shame. But it sounds like I get the feeling John's wrong. Yeah.
1999.
This is going to be 6, John, this June.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, T.
Well, I'm hearing too much noise in the background with John, so let me get more thoughts from Sophie, and then maybe we'll put John back on. Anything else you need to add that wasn't... Oh, I think I just disconnected John.
Uh-oh.
That's okay.
We'll call him back.
Wow.
Let's see.
She sounds out.
Yeah, she does sound out. She sounds done.
This does not sound like a woman who is, in her mind, working things through.
Right.
This sounds like a woman who has moved on with her life, and it's just a matter of time before the ink gets put on the paper as far as the divorce proceedings. Does that sound fair to you, Sophie, or am I going too far with that?
You sound fair in that.
What was it that put it over the top? What
the Tower of Truth!
No, seriously, what was it?
And then when he made her be like Rapunzel at the top of the tower and let down her hair?
I mean, what was it that you finally looked at him and said, you know what? I got to get out?
Well, first of all, I grew a backbone. Because for a long time, I just always sat back and I just kind of took it.
Took what?
Yeah, took what?
The lack of trust that he had for me, the lack of kind of respect that he had for me.
Is there any reason why he should have a lack of trust for you? Do you look at guys in a certain way? Do you flirt at the gym like he speculates you do?
No, I don't do that.
Are you the flirtatious type?
I don't think so. I'm not. I'm very quiet.
You're very quiet. But you say you built a backbone. You grew a backbone. Is that you suggesting that maybe you used to be quiet, but now here you are, some odd years later, and you are able to give the eye to the dude who's checking you out? If you're the type that's worthy of being checked out, are you the type that's worthy of being checked out physically?
Yes.
You had to look yourself over, or what?
Well, I don't think highly of myself. I've been told I look good.
You've been told you look good. You don't think highly of yourself. You blame your husband for this feeling of not feeling good about yourself over the years?
No, I've always had that problem.
Now, he says that you won't let him join the gym and work out with you.
Because he'll cramp your style.
Right. Is that true?
He'll move in on your action there.
Right.
We're always together 24/7. That's my 1 hour and a half away from everybody, from him, our son.
You're not together right now.
No, you're not.
Well, I'm there. When I get off work, I pick up my son and I'm there.
But he also has a fair point. I know a lot of these gyms. I know a lot of the way these gyms are constructed. They are very meat market-like in some places out there. Is this one of those places? And do you like that aspect of your gym a little too much to have him come walking in with his little tank top?
Yeah.
His little tank top.
I don't pay attention to that. I'm there for a reason. I'm there to work out. I'm there to...
You gotta get laid.
Wow.
You're there to work out, and that's all you do.
That's all I do.
If somebody starts talking to you at the gym and you sense that they're trying to flirt or do a little bit more than the workout that you're working on, you tell them immediately, hey, it was nice talking to you, but I'm here to get my little run on.
I tell them, I don't, say, hey, I got to stop talking to you. I just kind of keep working out. I keep going on. I don't just stop and stand in the middle like some of the other people do. I keep working out. We have a conversation. It doesn't go any further as to what are you doing tomorrow night or what are you doing tonight.
Do you say, well, I'm
since
married?
We're on the subject.
You ever tell any of these guys you're married?
No, because in her heart she's
I'm
not.
Married. No, they all know I'm married.
She's not married in her mind right now.
But I tell them I'm married.
Because you know that turns them on more.
Yeah, that's probably true.
You're less likely to tell my wife if I screw you.
I still don't really know the reason why she wants out so bad.
Yeah, I know. We never
reason.
got to that.
Sophie?
It's a little blowing in the wind.
What's happened over the past number of months or a year? He said it was just a few months ago when you came to him and said you felt like it was pretty hopeless and you were thinking of moving on with your life and leaving him. What happened?
Well, first of all, I told him not to buy the tickets to Vegas. And then once we were locked in...
That bastard went ahead and took you to Vegas anyway.
I know.
Divorce.
Sophie, we're not hearing anything concrete or constructive that we can understand as to why you're moving on.
It's a lack of respect. He doesn't respect me. He didn't...
Give me one example. Maybe it's an overall yes, but if you could try to find one example of how he has a lack of respect for you, tell me what that is.
He would search through my purse. He would search through my cell phone.
And that's wrong?
That is wrong.
Oh,
if I haven't done anything, that's wrong.
Uh-huh. Have you had sex with only one man during the course of your marriage? Be honest.
Yes.
When did the whole...
Have you had sex with only one man during the course of your marriage?
Oh, you don't...
He is the only man.
Now, your marriage, right?
My marriage.
Okay.
Have you tongued another man in the past 6 years?
Nope.
Then what gave him... I mean, what kind of made him...
His ex-fiancé.
So he's been doing this from day one of you guys together?
Yes. Basically, but I was too...
So why does it bother you now, 5 years later?
I was too love blind.
You were too love blind back then. Now you're not as in love as you were.
Now I'm annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever searched his stuff or anything like that?
Nope.
You don't think this Tower of Terror or whatever it was that he built in your house is kind of a step of him saying, I want to change, I want to be better, I don't want to be this way with you?
No.
You don't?
No.
You think it's just, there's no reason to build that?
There was no reason to build
All
that.
right.
So it's just the fact that he shuffles through your stuff and he doesn't trust you, which I agree is a big thing. But like,
are you really hot enough not to trust?
I would think so.
Have you guys been out where other men have looked at you and he has seen that, so that makes him uneasy?
I wouldn't know. We haven't gone out in a long time.
Oh.
Went to Vegas together?
Well, yeah, I mean, I wasn't quite wearing the clothing I would wear here either.
You got to be hot enough not to trust, Terry. I'm not sure I'm feeling that with this woman. Maybe she's hot enough. And hot enough is not that hot. It's got to be hot enough.
Okay.
And he's rifling through your cell phone to see your calls.
Allegedly.
How do you know that he does that?
I know he does that. He picks up the phone in front of me. He does that.
At least he has the decency to do it in front of you. As opposed to Terry Free doing it behind her husband's back. All right. And you're sick of that. You don't need that. That's not the kind of marriage you expected.
Exactly.
But you're also saying that he's done it from the beginning of your time with him. So if you're saying that's not the kind of marriage you expected, how can that be said when you knew him and these kind of behaviors from way back?
Like I said, I was love blind, and I was afraid to leave. Didn't think I had any place to go.
Do you get just the feeling that something's not adding up here, Terry?
Yeah.
That there's got to be something more to this?
Yes. Because, I mean,
that she's not willing to admit, but you get the sense that there's more to that gym kind of environment, that she likes those looks by those guys. She likes to be flirted with.
Well,
she likes the idea.
She did make a comment about that, in Vegas she was not able to wear the clothes down there that she would up here if they were to go out. So that leads me to kind of believe that, hey, she's, wanting to wear a little bit more risque things. He doesn't approve of that because he's saying, look, you're a married woman. Why are you trying to attract all this attention?
John, are you hearing all this?
Here we go. Yeah, the clothes she wore down in Vegas make her look nice. And yes, T-Man, she is smoking hot, and I married way the hell up.
Aha. So
that's my biggest fear. She's leaving me for someone younger and better looking than
so
me.
Because you married such a hot woman out of your league as far as looks are concerned, you've always been insecure about who she may be with, what she may be doing, all that other stuff.
Correct, and that's I'm trusting her now, and I need to make more.
So you wouldn't have typically. You're telling us, John, you wouldn't have typically been the jealous type. It's only because you married such a good-looking woman that you had no choice but to be a jealous guy.
No, I've been run through the ringer with an ex-fiance 10 years ago before we started dating, me and Sophia. And there's a lot of mistrust that I carried over onto her that I never should have.
Yeah, that's true.
Terry, do you think there's any chance these two get back together or no?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think...
Sophie, is there any chance you two get back together or no?
Well, I wish he'd just let me have a chance to think about things. He's been rushing me since the moment I moved out.
What if he...
How long have you been gone?
3 weeks.
I think John was... kind of intimating he wanted a do-over time with you. What if we did, hypothetically, give you 2 spots on the plane to Vegas? Would you go with John or no?
Sure, but it'd probably be just like the last time we went.
So you really
But you get to dress up in all your slutty stuff.
I still would do that.
That's the prerequisite to this deal.
T-Man, she wore the stripper heels down there Saturday, and I had to carry her on my arm all day.
Do you fear John at all with his jealousy, Sophie, that he could ever get physical or threaten you or anything like that, or no? He's not like that. Any guy who's building a tower of trust is not the kind of guy to be dangerous.
Big old tower.
No, I don't think he would harm me.
So you just got really tired of his insecurities because it's really not your insecurities, so it's not really your problem, it's his problems.
Right.
Let me ask you this, Sophie. If you won those 2 seats on the plane, the party plane to Vegas, would you rather take another guy? Or if you had to take a guy, would you take John?
If I had to take a guy, I would take John.
You would?
Yeah.
You wouldn't rather just take some random friend that you may know that's a guy?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like she'd rather take a female friend.
A girlfriend, yeah.
Would you rather take a girlfriend if I gave you that option?
Heck yeah.
You'd rather take a girlfriend than John?
Sure.
See, the thing is that, well, you know what?
Dumping gasoline on it right now.
No. Again, we're missing that her whole thing is that it's his insecurities, and he admits he's had all these insecurities because of baggage that he brought from an old relationship. So really, he needs to work on his issues.
And he's doing it. He's trying.
He's building towers to work on his issues, Terry. How much of an effort is that?
You all mock it, but I mean, I think it was a good step in the right direction for him.
Stephen is totally in on the tower building.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, I think
it's totally a Kilbreth thing for Amy to come in the door one day and see a tower that he built as a promotion of their love.
Oh, I mean, I think it was. I think that he's trying, at least more so than her. I mean, she doesn't even want to have anything to do with him, really.
Was there a hammer and nails involved in this tower, John?
There was power drills and screws.
That's not me.
How big is this?
Pins and everything.
Man.
And if Stephen, if Sophia comes back to live with me and we continue on our fixing our relationship, I will give it to you.
Oh. Wow. You might want to rephrase that there, John.
Yeah, you might want to.
Because I didn't even really understand what that meant. Except, well, all right then. That's where we stand.
Yeah.
Any final words for one another?
Hope you have a good day, Sophia. And
Sophia, do you want to put John out of his Sophia? Do you want to put John out of his misery and pretty much tell him it's over, or does he have a fighting chance?
He has somewhat of a fighting chance.
Can I ask one more question of Sophia? No, can I ask one more question?
Could she be doing more damage than anything by leaving him dangling by a thread by telling him he has a fighting chance? Or is that reasonable for her to say that to him?
Well, it's reasonable. But one thing, do you still love your husband, or are you like done with that?
Well, let's see. I told him straight up that I do not love him.
Oh, wow.
Oh, well,
then
see,
that's pretty.
yeah.
Chances are not good.
Yeah.
So try a tower of love.
Yeah, he's making the tower of turds right now, I think. On the
See,
table.
and so it's not that.
Put the ring on that.
That puts a whole new
All right,
light on
that's
it.
all I need to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
We'll let you guys know as to whether you qualify in the future for the trip to Vegas. One of you, both of you, maybe just John, maybe just Sophia.
Just John, I think.
Just John?
Just her.
Stephen votes for John. I'm kind of leaning with hot shots. If she's gonna dress like a slut.
Well, she's got enough. She's got enough people at the club or wherever she's going to hook up with.
Sophia, I gave John a chance for a final word to you. Do you have a final word for him?
Just to read his email.
What does the email say? I don't want any private messages here. What does the email say? What does the email say? Can't believe T-Man bought all that crap. We're going to Vegas. What?
Great story.
Before he called in, he called me and told me, "Oh, I'm a big winner. I get to move back for 2 weeks and take care of my son." Like he's been taking care of him while I was gone. And I told him, fine. Instead of going out on Saturday like we were going, or on Sunday like we had planned, I'm going to spend that time, me and my son, finding an apartment and getting out of my grandmother's house so I can.
So you guys are really bickering, aren't you?
Wow.
Well,
Yeah, that's exactly right.
as I said,
That's interesting.
why don't you both keep us posted as to the progress of this relationship?
I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of positive progress there, T-Man. That's
Well, negative updates are also something we'd be interested in if that's the case.
Yeah, the Tower of Trust is going down today.
Yeah, Homeland Security is on red.
I don't know why she'd want to move out like that just for being responsible. I've watched our son for the last 3 weeks.
I'm not saying I'm irresponsible. But
I didn't say you were either, honey. I said just come back to the house.
No.
Live in the house, and I will be out of the house, and then that will give me time to think.
No one can think in the house, apparently.
That's a bad house. Why don't you just sell it?
Something happens to your brain once you're in the house. You can't think.
God, imagine what it's doing to the kid. Jeez.
So you're suggesting that she live in the house and you'll move out?
That's correct.
He'll be in the house. He told me he'd be in the house. He'll sleep on the couch, but I know he'll be in my face.
Man, how many people fight this way? No, you take the house. No, you have it. Usually the other way around, isn't it?
Yeah.
T-Man, what I offered her was to move back in the house, try to work on our relationship for 8 months. If it didn't work, January 1st, 2006, I'd refinance the house and cash her out of everything of half of all of our stuff.
Well, maybe she sees that as too long a time to spend with you at this point, since she's not very fond of you right now, John, and unfortunately, that may be the case. Is that correct, or am I overstating that there, Sophia?
You're correct.
I'm correct. But it doesn't sound like John did anything terrible.
No, he's
Right.
Sometimes you just fall out of love with a person. I think that might be the case, but they're bickering so much. Maybe Sophia is more in love with John than she wants to let on.
She's sick of taking the heat for something someone else
I can't
did.
see throwing away a 10-year friendship relationship for just some little squabble crap.
It's squabble crap that I've been dealing with, though, for almost 4 years.
And what did I tell you? I promised you that I would change, and you're not giving me the opportunity
Well, you
to
have
prove
4
it.
years to change, dude.
What are you going to do immediately to change, John?
Oh, I've already lost 30 pounds, and I'm cleaning up some crap around the house and maintaining the house better, which I was neglecting. And
But what about the trust issue? That's her big deal.
I haven't looked at her phone. I asked her where she... T-Man, last Friday she said she went to bingo with a friend of hers.
Right.
And then later on in the week, during the beginning of this week, she confessed that she lied to me. And she
Went to Bart with a friend of hers. Where'd she go?
she went up to Denny's with friends and just sat around and BS, which I don't have a problem with.
She has to lie about going to Denny's?
Denny's?
Man, we have to start lying to get away to Denny's, Terry.
Yeah.
That's where the mistrust starts.
She doesn't have to lie about it, but she is lying about it, and that's why it pisses him off.
Why'd you have to lie about a Grand Slam breakfast there, Sophia?
That sounds tasty.
Because I chose a friend that I knew that he trusted.
Huh?
As far as, I said a name that he was comfortable with, so when I got home, he wouldn't give me 20 questions.
So who did you really go with?
I went with 2 girlfriends from work.
That he doesn't trust.
Not that they don't trust, but that he doesn't know.
It just doesn't seem like you needed to lie there, Sophia, unless there's a bigger lie that you haven't even told him yet.
Oh, bigger lie. She wanted to lie to keep him off her back because she knew she was going to get interrogated when she got home.
Who else went to Denny's, Sophia?
There was it was a male friend. And
that was wait a minute. Was it a co-worker or?
Wait a minute, the plot thickens.
Did he give you that moons over my head?
His name was Pierre, and it was the French Slam.
No, it was Tito.
Wow.
She went to a 9th grade dance with him.
Oh my God, 9th grade!
I know, he goes way back.
They have that kind of history together, John.
Damn.
She was elementary school friends with them.
Whoa.
Oh God, that.
But if she told me that, I am dealing with.
Me 100 questions. I know.
I'm dealing with my mistrust, but I need the honest truth to make an evaluation.
But if you're all of a sudden going out with somebody that's from your past like that,
elementary school, whoa,
that you've known that this guy doesn't know. I mean, he should be able to ask
We'd
you.
We'd love to chat all day about the little ditty of John and Diane, but. We're going to have to suspend those conversations right now, and as I said, hopefully get updates from you guys in the very near future, okay?
All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right. In the meantime, we'll let you know if you qualify at some point in the future for the T-Man's Party Plane to Vegas. Sound good?
I need it, T.
All right.
Thanks, sir.
Take care.
Who won?
Oh, who won today?
Yeah.
We haven't picked one yet.
Was I supposed to tell earlier?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen.
It's 7, you were supposed to do that.
Well, it's close to 7 right now, Terry.
Right.
In a matter of speaking.
7 in Hawaii, probably.
Yeah, right. Stacy Sykes is our winner for today's party plane seat on the big charter jet going to Vegas in just a few weeks from now, Terry. Yes, Stacy Sykes. She beat out Gay Holmes, and she beat out Lindsey Grennan. She beat out a bunch of people, Terry. Congratulations to Stacy Sykes of Tukwila, Washington. Right. You and a guest have officially gotten your asses on our party plane to Vegas.
T-Man. Q93 T-Man Party Plane to Vegas is filling up fast.
You're the winner, Emily.
Or Air Cube, listen at 724-8.
Oh my God!
Be the 93rd caller and beat the house at Blackjack.
Elizabeth, your 21 beats my 16.